Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, men on, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow. Van Nunley and Slow.
It's draft day, everybody. You know what that means?
The picks are here.
It means the picks are here. With the first pick in the 2022 NFL's draft, 2 Men On selects Van Nunley. Van. Woo!
That could be like, boo.
Ooh, I was just going to say.
He's out of shape in 40.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Quarterback from Last Chance U, Van Nunley. Woo!
Yay! Ooh.
The pick has been traded
Yeah, duh.
Western.
for number 1 prospect, Michael Vital.
There,
Yay! The guy's a bum. Get rid of
I
him.
mean, lots of people have been saying that for years. That's got nothing to do with that. Michael, how are you?
Good. How you guys doing? Draft day.
Is that a big deal to you?
No.
Hold on, it's a big deal for everyone.
He says
When 60%
no.
of the players that are playing have go undrafted, I think it's not
I
that
don't
big
think
of a
it's
deal.
that many. It's not that many, is it? Is it that many?
What I got from Pro Football Focus.
They're liars.
Yeah, they probably are. It's in
They're
Vegas.
not gonna be.
though.
They're not gonna be around long.
It's in
They're lying.
Vegas.
That is.
Well, and that's the thing, too. I'll jump into that right now. My name's Fred Slow. Welcome to this radio show that I host alongside Van. The NFL's wanted to be in Vegas for freaking ever.
Good job.
And they're everything Vegas right now. Hey, you want a football team? We got you. You want a new stadium? We got you. You want the draft? We got you. They just partnered on a slot machine. The NFL is an official slot machine now. Oh, one of the loosest slots I ever met. You know what I mean? man? Hey. Well, here's what I'm saying. I'm looking up your stat, Mike. I don't think it's right.
And loyal listener, friend of the show out there, if you're an able-bodied man, 18 to 24, this is the NFL draft. Do not be scared. You're not going to the Army or the Marines.
Yeah.
We're talking about the NFL draft all day.
This is not Soviet Russia.
We're not sending you to Russia.
People
Don't
like-
be worried. Relax.
People like the 2 Men On like
Thank
to
you. I
have
like
like to party.
That's
So it's like a tailgate party with you watch.
cut that off.
You ain't lying.
Yeah. We talk about that a lot on the show. We are party and party adjacent. If you want to party or party adjacent with your boys, you can do it this Saturday night. This Saturday night, we're hosting the friend of the show Mixer, which is a comedy show we're putting on at Fusion Theater. That's the intersection of First and Lomas.
Ever so slightly south of Lomas.
It's not. It's the
Barely.
same block, dog.
Barely south of Lomas.
What are you doing? It's the same block.
I don't want you to get people lost.
It's the 700 block of First, just south of Lomas.
There you go.
You know, and you know how you know you're there because that's where the party's at.
Yeah, it is.
Now, here's the thing: it's not a party till Michael Vital shows up, and I know you have not RSVP'd yet, Michael. Would you like to give an excuse right now?
I just want to walk in and the bouncer says, "Hey, Vital, you're in, buddy."
No, what he means is you're actually taking my spot. I'm going on a 15. I'm gonna grab a smoke. You ever had a job that had 15-minute breaks?
Yes.
When was that?
It's been years.
Yeah,
Years and years. Probably my early 20s.
I think I used to as
I've
a
been working for myself for quite some time.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know why? Working for the weekend.
Oh, because I'm unhireable. That's why.
Okay, there's
Yeah.
yeah.
And undraftable. The NFL's not going to draft me. The Army's not going to draft me. My bank account's overdrafted.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So I guess I got drafted once recently.
Van sat through a whole interview one time, Vital, with Target. And at the end, they were like, "We think you're a good fit for this assistant manager job." And Van was like, "Oh, this isn't ass manager." He walked out.
I told you not to tell that
He
story.
said, "I don't want to wear red every day." He walked out.
and I crip walked out because I ain't wearing no. I ain't wearing no red.
The NFL is Vegas now, though, boys. There's like NFL themed flights into Vegas. There's like, hey, like teams have specific where you should stays when you're in Vegas for the games, all-star games, which are called Pro Bowls. Now the draft. And by the way, and I know the draft has been rolling around the country for a couple of years now. Is this not the most BS move for New York Jets fan who forever the draft was in New York?
Yeah.
And they could just like get loose on their team and they draft 4, they draft 10, they draft 35, they draft 38. Like also, and I'm that guy, they draft 69, bro.
Nice.
They could get loose up there. Nuh-uh. Forget you, Radio City Music Hall. We gone. I don't care about that.
I bet they still have the biggest contingent. Probably second biggest contingent. Because it's like such a tradition for Jets fan to go to the draft and boo whoever they pick.
They don't boo their picks. They boo Goodell. They boo Goodell. They boo the Giants.
Uh-huh.
And every other team, they're like, eh. And by the way, Giants and Giants fan, that's the stupid one. Being Jets fan is the good one.
The fun one.
The fun one.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm over here like, I get it. Eli Manning. I get it. 2 Super Bowls. I get it. For some reason, people who are Giants fans think that Lawrence Taylor is a good person.
Wait, well, hold on. Good player or good person?
So, and here's my thing. I can't separate those. I've talked to you about this.
See, I'm super good at that.
So, just like disembodying the play on the field versus the person.
I still listen to Michael Jackson.
This I do not. Yeah. I have only done the remix to Ignition in karaoke like a handful of times since sentencing, and every time I butcher it. It's a personal.
We literally did it like a year ago in Hawaii.
Yeah, well, I
did
mean
the remix to Ignition.
Vital.
You know what? You didn't bring your A game, so I think you're right.
Yeah,
yeah.
And because normally when I do it, like I tell people like I'm gonna go ahead and break it off a little preview of the remix, but I hadn't been doing that recently.
Well, we need to start doing Chappelle's remix to Ignition. That we can't say any of the lyrics to on this show, unfortunately.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
There are 8 teams without a first-round pick tonight.
8 losers have 2 picks, is what you just said.
Those are the winners that Fred's been describing. The Buccaneers, the Rams.
Text the program 505-246-0610. The text line not healthy right now. It is not a healthy text line.
Did you see that last text?
It's kind of intense.
Those are mean words.
Yeah, I don't care for that.
Luckily, we weren't on at 12:34 and 2 seconds today because that's mean.
You know what that is, though?
What is he saying?
So we have live programming here on 610 KNML from 7 to 10 every morning. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's award-winning radio. They win awards on the opening drive. It is the best dang show terrestrially offered in this city. I don't care what premise. I don't care what format.
You could extend it to the state and definitely the American Southwest.
Oh, my God, yes.
I don't have a good argument for you until we go national.
Oh, gosh. I will say that Sports Talk Radio in Phoenix does not compete with what we do here in Albuquerque. I will tell you the Sports Talk Radio in Dallas is in the mix. Dallas Sports Talk is probably a shade more engaging than ours because they have full day and they have like 4 pro sports teams. But definitely not Phoenix. And I'm going to say Denver is par.
505-246-0610. Would you like us to change our opinion on Denver? It's going to cost a lot of money.
Texts are rolling in as Van sent out all of the 2 Men on Care packages earlier this week, and friends of the show are getting them, so that's very exciting. So post a picture, hashtag FOTS. Let us see you in your 2 Men on shirt, your hashtag friends of the show. So the draft in Vegas is now a reason for me to go to the draft because I'm not going to go to the draft.
Oh, you don't want to go see the draft in Cleveland? You want to go to the draft in Jacksonville? Actually, I'm sure they're both lovely.
I'm sure they're both very
both
nice. Yeah, I mean,
I've heard nothing but good things about Cleveland.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And
once they quit setting their river on fire,
twice,
3 times.
That's one too many.
Actually, I think it's like 13, but like 3 bad ones. Once they quit setting their river on fire, I heard they've done some great things in Cleveland.
Our very good friend Amarie Castillo is out at the draft right now, and she will connect with us at 4:45 as we're going to talk with her. I primarily want to know about the energy out there, like because she's coming on before the picks. Now, also, if she has some insider info, if she knows a little something, you let me know, because you can basically bet on every pick this year. So tune in for what I believe is going to be a surefire 100% cannot miss bet from Amarie Castillo.
Okay.
You feel the same way?
I'm into it.
Before that, Tracy Sandler will join us. Tracy is a girl's name. I know that is like one of the down the middle ones.
All right. Look Tracy Morgan in the face and say that.
That's what I'm saying. There's a hand. Shannon is one of them.
Tracy Shannon?
No. You can be, okay, today's I-9 varsity, okay, is the varsity of
unisex name?
Unisex names.
Sweet. I'm into
okay.
this.
So Tracy will make it that list.
Aaron.
That's
Hey,
very
slow
good. All right,
down.
Michael, we're a little early.
It's
That's
not the varsity
6:45.
yet. Hold your horses.
Yeah, Michael's over here. DeBrickashaw. No, Michael.
What's the over-under on DeBrickashaws this year at the draft?
0.
0.5, I think.
Take the under. From the texter, Terry.
Ah, yes.
Okay, here's the thing. From the texter.
Mm-hmm.
Only talk about combat sports. That's the only thing that matters in New Mexico.
Not today.
Not today.
Tomorrow.
Yes. Back on track with that.
Well, tomorrow we're doing all isotopes and draft recap.
Yes.
And then Monday, nothing but combat sports. Allegedly.
So we're actually off on Monday. You and I and Robert are at New
We'll
Mexico.
be talking combat sports off air.
New Mexico Highlands University hosting their sports banquet for the end of the year. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that. It's a Lobo takeover on Monday, boys. Rob Portnoy and Dontrell Moore are taking over this program for 3 straight hours of UNM and UNM related talk, sports, and activities, and they're doing it from the weight room at like Lobo Stadium, and it's going to get weird. It's going to be a good program, lots of guests, all the best names. I'm sure you get some student athletes on there that we don't normally have access to. So UNM alum, be very excited for Monday.
I'm excited.
Speaking of UNM, Danny
can fans go? Can fans show up to the?
No, they absolutely can. That's the whole thing.
All right.
So they put up bleachers in between. Have you been in that weight room before over there?
The old one, yeah.
Yeah. So the new one's not done yet.
Yeah.
So they have a bleacher like between the 2 weight rack things or whatever. They have a bleacher setup going where fans can come and get loud. And the idea is, I don't remember the name of the event. I'll get the name. But the idea is they're going to set all the PRs. They're going to set like all
Night of Champions.
Night of Champions. Thank you. I knew that because that's the name of my 4th favorite WWE pay-per-view. So they're going to do that on Monday, and the show's going to be live from there. But not the boys. We're off.
We're hosting an event.
We're hosting the end of the year sports banquet for New Mexico Highlands University. That's going to be a lot of love. We're going to have a lot of laughs up there as well. 5 o'clock today, joining us is Danny Gonzalez. He's the head football coach at the aforementioned UNM, and he's going to talk to us. We're going to ask about like butterflies in the tummy. We're going to be like, hey, you got guys going to the NFL? You got guys that might not be drafted? Like talk to us about like that emotional roller coaster. So we're going to hit Danny with that. Then joining us at 5:15 immediately to follow is hype man for the Duke City Gladiators, public address for the Blue Tails, which had their first exhibition basketball game last week. Pretty stoked about that. Vernon Koonce, and he is also the biggest Jacksonville Jaguars fan in the history of all football. So that's going to be a good one because we're going to have him live on air as Jacksonville picks. So we're going to, so we're going to wear him out. And then joining us in the 6 o'clock hour is Ned James, who, is the former UNM quarterback.
Ned.
He's the best.
Yes.
And he also coached in the NFL for about,
12
Baker's dozen of years. Yeah. Baker Mayfield dozen of years. And he is going to be here, and we're going to talk a lot about like what draft rooms look like and boards. And as the picks start coming in, because he'll be here with us at 6 o'clock, we'll break down who they are and why those guys might have value. And it's going to be a very heavy, very sports-centric day.
It's going to be the sportiest sports show we've ever sported.
Oh, I support that.
8 teams will have 2 first-round picks.
So 8 losers,
Is
Michael.
there echo in here?
What is that? If you are drafting in the first round, it's because you're a loser.
Top of the first round. We had this discussion literally yesterday.
Whenever we get back, we're going to break down draft day. We're 2 men on live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're powered by New Mexico Pinion Coffee. We play on Team I-9, and we start our days at the YMCA of Central New Mexico, which, by the way, excellent board meeting today. Go to helpyourboys.com. You can make a donation or sign up for a Top Golf event, and we will go over that at length, obviously. 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Well, traffic right now, we're still dealing with crash cleanup eastbound on I-40 just past Tramway. That is affecting your left lane and shoulder. Seeing slowdowns right now southbound on I-25 between Osuna and Montgomery. Westbound on I-40 moving slow between 2nd Street and Rio Grande. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Sports Animal and JPR Decorative Gravel present the Rockin' Brew Book Drive. Help us put books in the hands of kids for summer. And you can save some cash at your favorite breweries, too. Bring new or gently used children's books to participating breweries, and you'll receive $1 off each beer you buy that day. Breweries like Sidetrack Brewing or Either Quarter Celtic Brew Pub, plus lots more. Save $1 off a beer and help our community at the same time. Get the full list of drop-off locations online now at sportsanimалabq.com.
What makes mulch so lovable? The texture? The smell? Well, it's not just people that love mulch. Your plants do too. Retaining moisture and regulating soil temps. It's the whole package. Guess the real question is, what's not to love? Stop in today for a special buy of Scott's Earth Grow and exclusive Bigero wood mulches, 5 for $10. It feels like spring savings at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Whoa, Greg's up.
He's never up this early.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so this is called the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell.
Oh, thanks. I can read.
And that's a coffee. Helps you open your eyes.
And that's a breakfast burrito. You can start from either end.
You guys always this condescending in the morning?
Pretty much.
Wake up with the new $5 Bell Breakfast Box, filled with a grande toasted breakfast burrito, hash brown, 2 Cinnabon Delights, and a coffee. At limited participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes.
Okay, we've gathered you here in Yield Conference Room to announce that thanks to all your hard work, there will be bonuses this year in the form of gift cards to Grimwald's Tavern.
Throughout history, people have always been underpaid. Search jobs by salary at monster.com or download the app.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, friends and family savings. Just in time for Mother's Day. Speaking of, I got my mom the cutest pajamas for just $27.99. A trendy spring dress for under $25 and 65% off fine jewelry. Ooh, she's one lucky lady. So am I. Did I mention I got an extra 25% off? And because I'm a Kohl's Rewards member, an extra $20 off? Count on Kohl's for more style and more savings. Select style, 20 off $100 in-store only. 25% off ends May 1st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Starting a garden.
30.
Like starting a family. You care for it, watch it grow, and if you get the right brand, like Bonnie Plants Harvest Select, you watch it grow a lot. You start to feel a real bond with your plant family. Just don't name them, because they're going to be delicious. Get help donating your surplus to local food banks from the Home Depot and ampleharvest.org. It feels like spring at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
There are so many words they could use to describe
Stand by. Here we go, guys.
sandwiches. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera, the familiar made fantastic. Enjoy a $1 delivery fee when you order on their app. Restrictions apply.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The
And you're up.
All right, we're breaking down draft day. Tracy Sandler joining us at 4:30. She is the CEO of Fangirl Sports. You can find her on Twitter at 49ers Fangirl. We've got a bunch of questions to her about what's going on with the what I think is the most talked about team of the draft thus far, the 49ers.
Before the draft.
Everything about the 49ers is the best story right now. Because I don't care about who's picking who. I need to know about Debo. I need to know about Jimmy G. Those are the only things that matter.
You're not wrong. Those are the biggest storylines. Number one, like the classic, oh, who's going first? Is it going to be this guy? Secondary after that, where's Debo going?
Right.
Where's Jimmy G going?
That's what we're going to talk to her about. We're going to have a lot of fun. You may remember we caught up with Tracy at the Super Bowl. That's where we first started our friendship. Okay. So Draft Day is a 2014 American sports drama film directed by Ivan Reitman and starring Kevin Costner and Jennifer Garner. The premise revolves around the fictional general manager of the Cleveland Browns, played by Costner, deciding on what to do after his team acquires the number one draft pick in the upcoming NFL League draft.
Trade it. Vital, cut to commercial.
On the morning of the 2014 NFL Draft, Cleveland Browns general manager Sonny Weaver Jr. must decide how to use the 7th overall pick to improve the team. But he has other problems on his mind, Van.
Uh-oh.
His semi-secret girlfriend, Allie Parker, the team's salary cap analyst, is pregnant. And the recent death of Sonny's father causes tension with his mother. Sonny has fired his father, a legendary coach for the Browns, which he later admits was for his mother's sake because his father refused to retire, even with the aforementioned failing health. So there you go. Draft day.
Who's the father of the baby?
Kevin Costner. I just said that.
Oh, did he?
You know what? Hold up. That is implied. And you know what happens when you assume? You get the plot to a Kevin Costner movie wrong.
Sure.
Draft Day is the stupidest movie in the history of all things.
Never watched it.
It is garbage. You know how I feel about the Batman? Which, by the way, Warner Brothers greenlit a sequel to the Batman this week, which is unacceptable at every level of cinematography.
I'm finally going to try to watch it.
Something in the way.
Now that it's for free. Not for free. I pay for HBO.
No, you do not. You have my HBO password. Which is
I pay for the HBO.
Which you pay for the Netflix, and I know for a fact because I got the email in your email that I'm also logged into for whenever I have to reset the password to the Netflix, saying that someone had recently reset the password to the Netflix.
All right, I got to cancel HBO then because I'm paying for HBO also.
You will. All right, so you
also I'm paying for Peacock. I just got a bill from Peacock. I've never watched Peacock before.
I have free Peacock because I have Comcast internet. You can just use my Yeah, thank you. Freecock.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just use that. So we're in a circle. Are you aware of this, Michael? We're the reason that Netflix lost $2 billion the other day.
A co-op.
We're in a co-op.
Yeah, conglomerate.
We're not going to name names, but if you text the program and suggest a name that you maybe have heard on air, probably yes, they're in the co-op. So I personally pay for Spotify.
How about what's the commission? We're in the commission.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's very good. So I pay for the Spotify and I share it with 5 close friends and 1 ex-girlfriend. And Van pays for the Netflix.
Well, I got my own Spotify. I would not dare you get your hands on my musical taste.
Friend of the show, Vernon Koonce, coming in. He's on my account. That's how this thing works. You know, because we're millennial. This is what they tell you to do, right? Whenever like inflation goes up and you get that letter from HR and it's like, instead of a pay raise, it's like, here's some online classes you can take to conserve your money. And I think in there it says,
get rid of all these prescriptions.
Yeah, media co-op.
Prescriptions. Listen to me.
Well, I'm addicted, dog.
Yeah.
I need them. Don't watch Draft Day. It's so stupid. And the NFL endorsed it. So it's like officially franchise teams. It's all this stuff. Long story short, what's his name? Kevin Costner ends up taking a long shot on a guy and somehow ends up with the first 3 picks in the draft. I have no idea. It's the stupidest movie of all time outside the Batman.
Because he trades his baby, allegedly.
Would you trade your first baby for first overall draft pick quarterback out of Florida State? And he's like, yeah, duh.
From this year's draft or this hypothetical draft in the movie? See, I don't know why Kevin Costner tried to make other sports movies. Stick with baseball movies. You've been killing it, Kev. Like, just do that.
Yeah. Because his baseball movies are the best. For Love of the Game is the best sports movie ever made.
Well, I mean, it's Bull Durham, but
it's 100% for Love of the Game.
We all have our wrong opinions.
All right. From the guy who loves Showtime and just eats John C. Reilly up in sports roles, you're going to tell me that For Love of the Game doesn't rank for you as the highest sports movie of all time?
Winning time is only like halfway through the season, and it's already better for love of the game.
Well, you have to watch all of Love of the Game. You can't just watch half, because then you're stuck in the middle of a perfect game.
Any amount of for the love of the game
You're breaking
isn't as good as half of winning time.
So Kevin Costner says, "Clear the mechanism," and then that's it. Like that's it. That's the whole thing.
What happens next?
He throws.
Let me guess. He clears the mechanism.
Yes.
Woo!
He says to John C. Reilly, he says,
"That's some brilliant filmmaking."
I think I'm gonna throw hard today. It's excellent. It's an excellent movie.
And he's like, "Hey, Kev, I think that's a good idea too. You can't go a perfect game unless you throw real hard, bro."
That's what he said.
He does do that.
Yeah, he says that.
So I don't do John C. as well as you do, obviously. But afterwards, he's like, "You're gonna be a postman." That was more Bill Cosby.
Like, what is that? I don't want any Jello, you creep.
Jerry O'Connell played Frank Cush in the 1996 Jerry Maguire film starring Tom Cruise, which I will argue is the best movie about the draft. Saving Private Ryan.
I was letting it bleed. I was letting it bleed for a second, and you just leapfrogged me.
The countdown, which has been on 3 days on the ESPN ticker, is down to less than 2 hours at this point, boys. It's about time for the draft, and the world is
1 hour New Zealand.
It's Mike, it's already happened in
the draft has already happened in New Zealand.
Been over this.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday at great length. So no spoilers. Don't go to ESPN New Zealand if you want to see the draft live.
The Batman is horribleness adjacent from the live chat. Yes, that is correct.
You know what's messed up? You've described it as like the worst movie of all time, and you said nothing positive about it whatsoever.
I would agree completely.
But I still feel obligated to watch it. Like, I still want to watch it to see how bad it is.
60% of players were not drafted. That can't be true.
Like you describing the Batman as being the worst movie of all time, and me still wanting to watch it is like you go to a restaurant, and you're like, "Oh, this is so gross." You try it.
You taste.
Yeah, you try it. Have a bite.
Oh, you're talking about food. I thought you were doing like a drink.
Either one.
You ever been at the like someone who don't know, and it's like you call it or something at the bar, and they're like, "Yeah, this one's named after all my mom's boyfriends," and it's just like every alcohol that has a first name or whatever. And they're like, "This is terrible." Like, yes, this is.
Yeah.
Just like your mother. This is terrible. About 3 minutes away from Tracy Sandler. Let's grab a break early so we can get to her.
Good idea.
Yeah, and we're going to talk, obviously, 49ers. We're going to talk Debo. We're going to talk Jimmy. And before all that, I'm going to bring up a personal beef. All right? Me and Tracy are going to settle something on air. Okay?
Right.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Well, traffic right now, a few slow spots to make you aware of. Southbound on I-25, we're seeing slowdowns between Osuna and Montgomery. Westbound on I-40, that's moving slow from 2nd Street to about Rio Grande. And northbound on I-25, slowdowns start around Gibson, and they're going to last until Lomas. JPR wants to help you get away to your backyard. They've got 4 gravel locations with the largest selection of gray and decorative gravel plus sand, crusher fines, base course, topsoil, flagstone, and boulders. Love your landscape. Visit jprnm.com. This report is sponsored by JPR Incorporated. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state, locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Telling it like it is.
What's going to happen in 1 year? You're going to be looking into his numbers, and they're going to look like Goff in L.A. with McVay. Now you're going to say to yourself, well, Goff got to a Super Bowl, or Jimmy did. Yeah, in the NFC. Have you seen the AFC lately? This system makes B-minus quarterbacks look like A quarterbacks or A-minus quarterbacks.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. the sports animal.
Where could 5-Hour Energy take you? How about on a $10,000 dream vacation? Imagine visiting a sun-soaked tropical beach, a picturesque ski resort in the mountains, or exploring one of the world's most exciting cities. It's up to you. Just vote for 5-Hour Energy's next delicious flavor. 5 lucky winners will get the trip of a lifetime to their dream destination. Go to 5hevote.com for official rules and to enter. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends June 30th, 2022. Must be U.S. resident, age 18 or older to enter. Void where prohibited. Sponsored by Living Essentials, LLC.
What makes mulch so lovable? The texture? The smell? Well, it's not just people that love mulch. Your plants do too. Retaining moisture and regulating soil temps, it's the whole package. And when you use Scott's Earth Grow or exclusive Vigoro wood mulches, you can even pick the color. What's not to love? Stop in for mulch and everything else you need this season. It feels like spring at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
When some people peek under the hood, their first thought is, what's all this? You may as well be asking them to translate hieroglyphics in the Valley of Kings. If, on the other hand, you know automotive inside and out, from starter to tailpipe, good news. We're not looking for translators, but we need great mechanics like you.
If you have 5 years experience working service base, Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair is hiring. Simply email your resume with contact info to leonardtire@aol.com. Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair has the career you are looking for.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
It's pretty bad.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind. Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
No matter your learning style or experience level, Babbel has lessons designed for you that will get you speaking quickly and confidently.
I tried learning Spanish before, but I couldn't stick with it until I found Babbel.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said now we speak Spanish.
I can't wait to use our new language skills on our upcoming adventures.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FREE for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's promo code FREE. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FREE for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code FREE for a $5 bonus.
Don't miss the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Start your morning weekdays at 7. 95.9 FM and AM 6. The Sports Animal.
Back on the program, 4:33. So you've been on work for 3 minutes. Thank you for rushing to the car and getting to us. That's like really nice.
Deja vu.
Every day people get off work at 4:30. That's an everyday thing.
Glitch in the Matrix?
What are you?
Am I losing my mind?
Earlier today, Michael, I
played this song earlier.
I offered Van a bag of pecans that I had left in my truck for about 6 months, and I told him I just got them, and he started eating them, and nothing has been right with him since.
I karate chopped my drink over. Now I spilt it and made a mess, and I don't have time to clean it up, so I have to do this segment, and then I have to clean it up.
We got to clean up this show for Tracy Sandler, who's joining us, the CEO of Fangirl Sports at 49ers Fangirl. Tracy, welcome back to the program, friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
We're excited about this one. We're excited to talk 49ers, but I gave you a little heads up. I was going to come at you about something, and I'm going to come at you about it right now, Tracy. I mean, you got like arguably the best Twitter going as it relates to the 49ers, and you have the best image on the Twitter of any sports talk personality. I mean, who took that photo there, Tracy? Who took your profile photo there on Twitter?
it was you, but I didn't know that people gave people credit for their Twitter profile photos. I didn't know that was a thing.
I feel like that's a thing.
Yeah, okay. I've heard of Getty Images.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's moving forward. Anytime I text like someone who's more famous than me, I'm going to put my watermark on it. And Tracy, you're more famous than me, so I've made a mistake.
Yeah, well, I think that was totally on you. But thank you for the photo. It is like one of my favorite photos of me ever, actually. So I really appreciate it, and consider this my public acknowledgement and thank you for the photo.
Yeah, I'll keep waiting for that no problem. So, Tracy, the 49ers, they don't get to draft today because they're a winning organization and only losers draft in the first round. But they're looking to get rid of their favorite players. What is it going to take for a 49ers fan to be happy? What is the exchange for Deebo Samuel where they're like, oh, no, we actually feel pretty good about this?
Well, first of all, I don't think they're looking to get rid of Deebo Samuel. I really don't think the 49ers will trade him. And John Lynch was pretty clear about it the other day that this is not a player they want to move on from. And I really believe him. I do not think this is a player they want to move on from. I think if you have to entertain a package, you have to entertain an offer. And I know there's been a lot of talk about the Jets and what they could potentially offer, but it would have to be a pretty massive situation. And even then, I really don't think that the 49ers want to move on from Deebo Samuel. And I will be more surprised if he ends the night not on the roster than if he ends the night on the roster.
Well, Tracy, you're the 49ers insider. Let's step into the mind of Deebo Samuel. What do you think is the main reason that he wants out, and why is it? Because no other quarterback is as handsome as Jimmy G.
Good answer.
And you think that's the reason?
Yes, obviously.
What else would it be?
Expound.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy G probably isn't going to be his quarterback next year, but I don't think that has anything to do with anything. Maybe the handsomeness, maybe. I couldn't say for sure that that's true or not true. It's hard to tell. There's been a lot of speculation. Deebo Samuel has kind of shot down all of the speculation. So it is a little hard to tell. It could be compensation, and he is in a unique position where he's playing both wide receiver and running back. Please, I apologize. There is
Tracy, run, go. Get out of there. Go, get out of here, Tracy.
Get down.
Save yourself.
Tracy, oh my God.
I just arrived in the Bay Area for the draft, and that's the first thing I hear is sirens. There's been a lot of speculation. Of course, he is a term that he coined. He is a wide back. He plays wide receiver and running back. I imagine he wants to be paid as a wide receiver, which I completely understand, especially if he's going to continue to play a wide back position. Running backs take a lot more hits than wide receivers. Running backs have a lot shorter shelf life in the league than wide receivers. So that could be it, could be usage. The reality is no one really knows. Again, it's been a lot of speculation, but somewhere in the process, things went awry because certainly, I would say even a month ago, 3 weeks ago, I guess 3 weeks ago, we were starting to see signs of it. But a month ago, it looked like everything was fine and there was no trouble in paradise. So, I'm not really sure. We've seen historically under this 49ers regime that the extensions get done in July. That's what they did with George Kittle. That's what they did with Fred Warner. I don't know if Deebo wants it done sooner, but somewhere something has gone terribly wrong. And I don't think that's an over dramatization considering how things have escalated and how quickly they have. But I just don't think the 49ers want to move on from Deebo because he is such a unique talent and he is such an important part of this team. And they're going to most likely have a new quarterback next year. And I don't think they want to take away perhaps his most prolific offensive weapon.
So I think you're hitting where I want to go. Jimmy G is the guy. I don't know why there's any sort of belief that he's not. And I don't know what Deebo's relationship is with Trey Lance, but Trey Lance is not Jimmy G. So the question is, would the 49ers, are they committed to Trey Lance? Is that the guy? Or are they trying to bring in someone new as well? Because if that's the case, why don't you just go send Jimmy G and Deebo to New York, bring back draft picks and Zach Wilson and go?
No, Trey Lance is their guy. They believe very, very fully in Trey Lance. That's why they traded all those picks to get him. That's why they actually don't have a pick today. And because they're a winning organization. But the reason they actually don't have a pick today is because they traded all those picks because they wanted Trey Lance, and they're very committed to Trey. They're very excited about Trey. And I think that was pretty clear. I think we knew that last season was going to be Jimmy Garoppolo's last season in San Francisco, most likely. Of course, there is a chance at this point that they could start the season with him on the roster, but I don't think that's going to be the case. But they're excited about Trey. They're committed to Trey. You know, John Lynch said the other day, we think Trey is ready, and they're excited to see what they can do. And that's no disrespect to Jimmy. I think Jimmy is a tremendous quarterback. He's also a tremendous person, and he's been an absolute joy to cover. But, you know, I think they look at Trey Lance as their franchise quarterback and their quarterback of the future, starting with this upcoming season.
Tracy Sandler, CEO of Fangirl Sports, joining us. We're talking the 49ers.
Okay, stepping away from the 49ers real quick, what is your lock prediction today? What is your bold prediction today? What's something that you're sure is going to happen? What's something that's going to be absolutely insane?
That's a very good question. Well, I did a mock draft yesterday, and I had the Texans picking Derek Finley Jr. at 3. I went with the third because it's the third pick.
Nice.
Which I think is something that might be surprising to people, but it's not that deep a cornerback draft. The Texans have a variety of needs, like basically the whole team, but it's a very deep draft at defensive line. It's a very deep draft at wide receiver. So I had them picking him at corner at number 3, which might be a surprise pick. But if it happens, I'm going to feel real smart because like I said, not that deep a draft at corner. And I think he would be a really good fit there. So there's that. A lock today. I don't know how you pass on Aiden Hutchinson if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars. Granted, I went to Michigan, and I think Aiden Hutchinson is a perfect human and player.
It's a bias.
But
Sure.
I don't know how you pass on him at 1. So to me, he is a lock at number 1, even though I think there is some level of argument there. And I do think we're going to see some crazy, crazy trade today. I don't know who it's going to be, but I think it's going to be one of those trades where everyone's like, oh, my God.
Debo. You're talking about Debo.
You're describing Debo.
You're literally describing Debo. All right, hear me
I
out,
don't think
guys.
that's an oh, my God. I think Debo would be a little more expected.
Oh.
I think this is going to be because I think there's been too much talk about Debo. It's in the ether. I think so. If it happens, I'd be surprised, but you wouldn't be shocked. I feel like there's going to be a trade where it's going to be like, this is so crazy. So we'll see.
All right, Tracy.
Tom Brady to the Birmingham Barons.
Oh, that's a good.
That's it.
That's probably that's what I was. I'm glad you were able to read between the lines on that.
Tracy, this one's for you and not Van because Van will have a biased opinion. How do you prefer Junior or the second? Because I feel like the second has prestige and royalty to it, but Van is a junior. So if you had to pick,
then I feel like I have to say Junior because Van's on the show and that feels rude.
But it's the second, right?
You guys were so nice to have me on.
It's 100. I mean, Junior is soft and old, and I feel like the second is like royalty. That's like King of England stuff.
I mean, I think if you are the King of England, then it should for sure be the second. If you're not the King of England, I don't know. I haven't really thought about this much before. You're going to have to come back to me on this on a later date because I'm not sure. I have to put some thought into this.
What do you think, Junior?
Prince of Borellis, maybe.
What? No, you can't just name a local city and call yourself the prince of it. That's not how this works.
I mean, you can. I think he just did.
That's all right. That's a really good point, actually. Tracy Sandler, thank you so very much for taking the time with us at 49ers Fangirl, the way you would think it's spelled. Anything we missed? How's your show? How's the podcast? Where can everyone get it?
Everyone, the podcast is going great. The Tracy Sandler Show, you can get it anywhere you listen to podcasts. We're live every Tuesday and Friday. This week, actually, I had Kimmy Checks from the NFL Network on talking all things draft in Vegas. She was fantastic. You guys have a little bit more than an hour till the draft starts. Go listen to it. I also broke down John Lynch's press conference. So it's a pretty good episode, but you can get it wherever you get podcasts, and there'll be a new episode tomorrow morning.
Tracy Sandler, the absolute best when it comes to West Coast dodging ambulances, and I would assume gunshots.
Well, I do what I can. Thank you.
One of the dudes. After we get back from the break, Amarie Castillo will join us. She's live at the draft. We're going to see what the energy is and the buzz is about. And before we do that, I'm going to tell you about helpyourboys.com. Helpyourboys.com. If you currently log on to our website, it'll take you to the registration for the YMCA's Top Golf event coming up. Michael, it's only like 3 months away. You can do donations. You can sign up early. And if you reference your boys, a little discount thing in there for you. So we got a little sign up through the boys discount thing. And if it's whatever, just shoot us an app. We'll get you. Hey, Marie, when we get back. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. Thank you, New Mexico Pinon, the sports animal.
Well, traffic right now, a number of slow spots in the metro. We are dealing with a crash, Candelaria at Indiana. Watch out for that. Westbound on I-40, we're seeing quite a bit of backups west of town at the Trisco Vista exit. Traffic backed up back onto I-40, so watch out if you're in that area. Also, westbound I-40, slow-moving traffic between 2nd Street and Rio Grande. We've also got slowdown southbound on I-25 between Osuna and Montgomery.
Are you ready to make home homier? Get it done with home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union can help with a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. You belong. An equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. Let me tell you something that I am not here for today. Joker slander. You know, the reigning NBA MVP, the guy who just went for 30, 19, and 8. He's out there dropping dimes, ripping down boards, and scoring at will. So if you're coming at me to let me know how overrated he is, just keep moving. I'm Jim Rome.
Sports Animal and JPR Decorative Gravel present the Rockin' Brew Book Drive. Help us put books in the hands of kids for summer. And you can save some cash at your favorite breweries, too. Bring new or gently used children's books to participating breweries, and you'll receive $1 off each beer you buy that day. Breweries like Sidetrack Brewing or Either Quarter Celtic Brew Pub, plus lots more. Save $1 off a beer and help our community at the same time. Get the full list of drop-off locations online now at sportsanimалabq.com.
Father Time and Mother Nature are the only two who have ever gone undefeated. That is fact. So what does that mean for you guys? That means as you get older, there are some very natural things that you may experience. Things like being tired too often, hair loss, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction. But now there's a way to fight back. It's Jeff Symbieta, and New Male has been helping men take care of these things for years with industry-leading testosterone replacement. Men feel better. They perform better. Essentially, men can battle these things that Mother Nature and Father Time throw at you by calling 505-652-1688 or visiting New Male, that's NUMALE.com. New Male is local, right here in Albuquerque. They're convenient, comfortable, and most importantly, they produce results. Guys, men all over the country are benefiting from New Male's treatment. You don't have to succumb to these natural inconveniences. Call New Male and take care of it. Gentlemen, it can happen. Feel like you again. Do this for you. Make the call. 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
Maybe you just really want it. Maybe you could really use it, so in all actuality, you need it. Either way, you have to have it, and now you can get whatever it is at a major discount. Items like 1 full year's tuition from Albuquerque Christian School, ceramic coating for your vehicle from On the Spot Auto Detailing. How about a freezer full of selected meats from Keller's Farm Stores? A new disket to cook on. These items are up for grabs when you join Cumulus Media for our Sweet Bids auction. Sweet Bids Spring 2022 auction is now open through April 28th, and we'll be auctioning off tons of great items on our station's website. Some things that you may need and some you will most definitely want, all of which will be at a great price. Tuition, countertops, and so much more are all up for bid right now through April 28th on our station's website. Some things that you may need and some things you'll most definitely want, all of which will be at a great price. Sweet Bids auction now open through April 28th.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 10.
Smooth as ever. Smooth as ever.
On
7 minutes here. You're up.
M and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Oh my God. Amarie's in Las Vegas. Everyone check to make sure she's okay. Amarie, are you currently sharing your location with me on my cell phone?
I currently am. I went inside because it is so windy, so I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, you sound perfect. Also, how's the draft? I mean, everyone's like, how is it down there? What's going on?
Okay, Fred, it's crazy down here. I've never been to a draft, just to let everyone know.
Oh, welcome.
It is awesome. I mean, it's just the craziest NFL fans. I mean, I've seen every kind of jersey possible. There are so many Packer fans here. I don't understand.
That's
gross.
We don't got a lot
That's
going
the most
on.
I've seen. That's the most I've seen here. But there's projected 200,000 people here right now for the draft.
Where are they at?
What do you mean where they're at? They're all over the strip. Whole strip has shut down for the draft.
Oh my,
that's unacceptable. I don't know how I feel.
All right, you're seeing a lot of Jags. You're seeing a lot of Packers. Obviously, I'm guessing Raiders. Who's got the best energy?
A lot of Raider fans too. A lot of Raider fans too. Actually,
Which fan base has the best energy? Who's the most fun?
The Jaguar fans have been actually the most.
Jaguar.
The
Jaguar
fans have been the best on the trip so far. But I think this is like their Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's very exciting.
Oh,
for
so
them.
they went to the Super Bowl last year too? Yeah. That's incredible.
Expect another one.
This is like their Super Bowl. You
That
know,
is so-
they have 12 draft picks along with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're tied. So I mean,
All right, who are you officially with? Are you with us right now? Are you officially with the Vikings? Like how are you at the draft?
I'm repping the sports animal right now.
That's
at the
what's
draft.
up. That's the answer. It should be. That's 100% the answer. So by the time the 12th pick rolls around and your purple boys are up for you're not even going to care. You're going to be too busy breaking down the Commanders pick at 11.
Exactly, and I'm hoping the Vikings trade down.
Down or up?
Oh, down.
Okay, what do the Vikings need this year? What do you think their biggest deficit
I
is?
mean,
Do you have a target?
I know that everyone who listens to Two Men On cares about the Minnesota Vikings. So let me tell you, we need a cornerback, and that is my number one priority.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we're big Lizzo fans. So therefore, that makes us Vikings fans.
I'm a huge Prince
Oh,
guy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
A lot of our affiliations are based off throwaway lyrics from pop music. That's
Oh, I mean, okay. So then, all right, truth hurts. I like it. Lizzo.
So
Let's go. Minnesota all day.
As you go into the draft, and I assume you have to go in now, or is it standing room only?
I'm
Are there
gonna head
seats?
in there. There's events everywhere. There's fan experiences. It's really cool. They have a Hall of Fame section with veteran players. There's just so much happening everywhere. It's what do you choose to do? But I'm right outside the Bellagio. I don't know if you guys have seen the setup, but the draft is set up on the Bellagio fountain.
Are you the most famous person there?
No.
So who you running elbows with right now?
I mean,
I
within earshot.
just saw Wayne Newton. I mean, I think he's pretty famous.
What?
Okay, hold up. We have to call Van's mom real quick. Hold up.
Also, Weezer is going to be playing later. Tomorrow, Ice Cube is playing. I mean, there's going to be some crazy concerts.
So, did you say Weezer's playing?
Tonight, yeah.
Oh,
right after the 32nd pick.
Wow, say it ain't so.
Say it ain't so. I see what you did there.
I got you.
Very nice. So, are there any the normal Vegas people there, or do they just they're shying away from the NFL fans?
They are. I think Vegas people want to kill themselves today because even I've been here for 2 days. My Uber driver's I am not going out on Thursday. Yeah, locals are they're hiding. They're out of here.
Well,
it's just all NFL jerseys everywhere. Everywhere.
It's kind of neat, right? Because for years you could go to Vegas and you could do the gambling. Cool. You could go to Vegas and you could do the buffets. Cool. You could go to Vegas and you could do the drug, sex, and rock and roll. Cool. But now you can go and do the NFL. There's a whole nother, you can bring the whole family now, including that weird nephew you got who really sweats the Green Bay Packers, Van.
No, there's a lot of families out here, a lot of kids, and that's actually funny you brought that up because tomorrow they have meet and greets with veterans or Hall of Famers, and it's so funny next to, for example, Michael Vick, Edwin James, Chandler Jones, Rob Gronkowski's all in the same hour, and next to it, it says the age limit, which they would meet and greet with people. Some people are only doing 21 plus and up, which I find hilarious.
That's Gronk.
Some players, I'm why just 21 up?
By legal reasons.
Yeah. Rob Gronkowski is 21 to 24, and you got to be a 10.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's like a Southern 10 or a Vegas 6. Those are these. Hey,
I know. I was just why are they having an age limit for autograph signing?
We'd be remiss to not ask about sports gambling. Did you put anything on the draft? Did you pick the number one pick or pick who the Vikings are going to get?
I actually did.
Okay.
I mean, you get pretty good.
You're the insider. Tell the friends of the show.
Okay, I'll tell the friends of the show. So I have the number one overall pick. Everyone thinks it's going to be out of Michigan, the defensive end, Hutchinson, but I'm actually picking the defensive end from Georgia, Trayvon Walker. That's who I'm picking, my prop bet today. And I've done some crazy other parlays with NBA basketball playoffs and whatever, but I'm going against odds and not picking who the media is going with.
Hey, Marie, thank you for taking a minute out of the best weekend of your entire freaking life to join Two Men On.
Guys, sorry if it was loud, or I tried to run inside. It's like 40-mile-per-hour winds outside.
Everything about this phone call and you is perfect.
Okay, appreciate you guys.
From the live chat, Amarie is a goddess. Well, that's nice. That's a nice thing. I like that. Well, color me jealous.
I think it says the goodest. You misread that one. But they're both very kind compliments.
That's all what I wanted to see.
Cool.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
I don't like being jealous, but I like when I get professionally jealous, and I'm a little jealous right now. I wish I was at Vegas. I wish I was at the draft.
Are there direct flights from Las Vegas, Nevada to Las Vegas, New Mexico?
20.
But we could have pulled it off.
The second I want there to be, there will be. When we get back, Danny Gonzalez. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Well, a couple of crashes to make you aware of. The first one is Kendall area at Indiana. We're seeing some slowdowns in all directions there. The other crash central at Pennsylvania. Be careful going through there. Lots of slowdowns this afternoon. Westbound on I-40, a couple of slow spots. Quite a bit of backups at the Atrisco Vista exit past 98th Street. So watch out for that. Also westbound on I-40, moving slow between 2nd Street and Rio Grande. Slowdowns this afternoon, I-25 southbound Osuna to Montgomery, and northbound on 25 Gibson to Central is a slow go at the moment.
The Albuquerque Journal and Business Outlook. When you need local answers, the most reliable and in-depth information about health, safety, jobs, taxes, crime, energy, transportation, or government. Get the answers. Subscribe at abqjournal.com.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state, locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. We did it. It's here. We finally made it. The road to Las Vegas ends this evening. The NFL Draft is upon us. After months and months of planning and prep, you would think that by now things would be pretty buttoned up going into tonight. Yeah, they sure as heck aren't. If anybody anywhere is telling you they know what's going to happen, they are a liar. At this point, it's not even a lock as to who's going to go first overall. There isn't that sexy, sure thing pick at the top of the draft. There is no Trevor Lawrence or Joe Burrow or Kyler Murray sitting at the top. Not even a Baker Mayfield, although the actual Baker Mayfield may have a new home by the time the weekend is over. The only thing certain about this draft is that there is nothing certain at all. Only that Roger Goodell will come out and will be awkward and will get booed and will try to make a joke out of it, and it will fall very flat. Now we're all on the clock.
These days, it's getting harder and harder to find savings. But you may have more cash than you realize in your home's equity. Unlock it today with a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. That means you could unlock thousands of dollars from your home. And with Rocket Mortgage, you could get all that cash in as little as 3 weeks. Put your hard-earned money to work. Pay down high-interest debt and combine your balances into one simple, low monthly payment. Now is your perfect opportunity to take control of your financial future. So what are you waiting for? When you want to consolidate debt and simplify your finances, Rocket can. Call 8338-ROCKET today or go to Rocket Mortgage.
She is standing by.
8338-ROCKET or go to
We got 1 minute.
.com. Rocket. Call for cost information and conditions.
Gosh, no, I don't think so.
Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
Hey, Lobo fans.
This is Lobo football head coach Danny Gonzalez. Football.
Now, when I get him on, I'm going to go to the bathroom just to let you know.
Continue our drive to win our 5th conference title. Support from Lobo fans like you is crucial to our success. We want to get University Stadium rocking again. You can get your tickets for the entire season for as low as $86. Reserve your spot now at golobos.com/tickets. That's golobos.com/tickets. We'll see you this fall, New Mexico. Go Lobos.
The 25K payday. Text this national keyword to 95819 right now.
SAVE, S-A-V-E, SAVE.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, 610 KNML Albuquerque, the sports animal.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
You're up.
Welcome back to the program. 5 p.m. Well, that's when you get off work and you have to make sure you rush home in 1 hour so you can watch the NFL draft. We are fortunate enough to already be at the place where we will watch it, which is here at this studio.
That's right.
Joining us on the friend of the show hotline, Danny Gonzalez, head coach of your UNM Lobo football team. Oh my God, Danny, how are you?
Great, guys. How are you doing? I appreciate you having me on.
We're doing good. We are talking a little bit about the Lobo takeover of the show on Monday. Put it over, Danny. Give it to the fans. What can they expect from a very unique broadcast this upcoming Monday at your Night of Champions?
You know, we're going to do it in the weight room. The Night Champions is a lifting competition for our guys. They
go into the bathroom.
January in the weight room. We had a little pause for spring football, and then they've been in there for now 9 straight weeks, trying to get as strong as we can for next football season, because I think that's the most important part of our team that's been missing the last 2 years because of COVID and all those things. So we did it outside last year. We'll do it inside this year. And there's going to be bleachers and stuff in the weight room, so it'll be a very condensed. It should be loud in there. It'll be exciting, and then plus it's going to be live on the radio. So since you guys are going to be up in Vegas with 2 Men On, we're gonna take over the show a little bit. Portnoy will be there. Dontrell Moore is going to be there, and we'll have a fun afternoon of Lobo football right after the NFL draft over the weekend. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Love it.
Well, you specifically told me and Fred that we couldn't come.
That's what you said.
But Lobo Nation, Lobo fan, they could come, right?
Well, I told you guys that I take that back. You were more than welcome. But if you have things that, and there's times that you have priorities or you make prearrangements, that's okay. And for what Fred does for Highlands, New Mexico, and Coach, Coach Hudson is a really good friend of mine, and he's really doing some special things with that program. So you guys helping them out is an awesome deal. I'm sad that you're not going to be there on Monday, but I appreciate you guys letting us take over your time, because the time you guys have in the afternoon is awesome. I listen every day, and I appreciate you letting us have a little bit of it.
Love everything about that. Coach, you've been in the game a lot of years. You've obviously seen a lot of players graduate from programs you've been a part of and go on to play professionally the game of football. Talk to me about the butterflies, Coach. Talk to me about what draft weekend is for you as you watch some of your guys be able to reach their dreams.
I've got a lot of guys that, whether it be here that we've coached over the last couple of years, or guys that I coached at Arizona State, or even guys that I coached at San Diego State my last year there, that have an opportunity to get drafted over the next couple of days. And we've got guys on our team that might not get drafted, but they will have a chance at an undrafted free agent. Joey Noble, they might call his name in the 5th, 6th, 7th round. If it gets past the 5th round, I've told Joey this myself, and it's my personal opinion, I hope he does not get drafted, and he can pick his spot. Him and his agent can sit down and say, you know what, I have a great opportunity to go compete at this team and earn a spot, as opposed to getting picked by a team that might be deep in your position. So there's a lot of strategy that goes into Sunday on this draft picture with those guys, the undrafted free agents, where they have the best opportunity. And we've got a couple guys that'll have opportunities like that, Joey Noble being the loudest. And I'm excited for those guys because they've been working for it their entire career, their entire life, I take that back. And so this is the opportunity to see if they can do it. And as we continue to build this program, we'll have more and more stories every year. When we were here before, we had oftentimes where we had 4 and 5 guys drafted in the same draft. So we're headed that direction. It's taking some time, but this is an exciting time in those kids' lives.
Coach, what's your draft day routine? Are you on the recliner with some nachos and an oat soda? Are you working? You doing your coach stuff and you got it on in the background?
Well, you know, I'm always doodling football stuff. I got that from Coach Long. You've got to stay ahead of the game, and when you're sitting down and you have free time, you take advantage of it. Now, I just grabbed some pizzas from Old Town Pizza Parlor.
Smart.
Gonzalez, my guy down there, is freaking outstanding. My daughter has celiacs, and we got her a gluten-free pizza from there. I mean, nice. I appreciate all the thoughts and prayers we've had from Lobo Nation. My daughter has been in the hospital the last couple of days with pneumonia, and my wife we just got out of there, and my daughter told my wife that I never want to come back to this place. So we're going to go home and have a little celebration, watch the NFL draft, eat some pizza, and just have a good old family night because it's been kind of chaotic the last few nights.
Yeah, there's something special about what it can do on family night. I'm not the biggest fan of watching live. I'm the draft and the 12-minute wait and the draft again. But as the draft is progressing, and give me the list. I want to know. I want to know what teams look like. I want to know where that's at. Whenever you're looking through the list, Coach, after the NFL draft, and not just for the guys that you've been a part of coaching, but are you looking for what kind of trends? Are you looking for where guys are going? And then how do you incorporate that into your coaching style? How do you hype your guys up about the next level?
Well, you know, we talk about it a lot in our building about what it takes to get to that level, competing at the highest level in everything you do, and then going against the best when you get the opportunity. I think Joey Noble is a perfect example. When we played Texas A&M, he might have been the best player on the field that day. They couldn't block him up front. I think they were surprised they couldn't block him. And he made a name for himself. I took a few calls this week specifically about him during that game and what potential he had. So we try and share that information with our guys all the time. The idea of how teams pick and what their strategies are and what they think their needs are, I find that real interesting. Now, I'm a Cowboy fan, so I'll take high interest in what they do. I mean, we had some big-time moves in the offseason and need to replace some guys up front on the defensive line. We got a great secondary, but it doesn't matter how good those guys are in the back end, being a secondary coach my whole life. If the guys up front aren't any good, your guys in the back end are going to stink. So I take a great value to that and anticipation. And then guys that I know that I've known through recruiting, guys that I might have recruited that ended up going to other places that I still have a relationship with, and how they fare on this day. So there's a lot of vested interest just because the football world is very small because there's only 32 NFL teams. There's only 130 Division I teams. So there's not a whole lot of guys that play at the high level that you expect. So you get to know a lot of them.
Coach, let's put your front office hat on real quick. Besides freak athletic ability, what would you be looking for in a draft pick?
Well, obviously, quarterback is the number one position in football. And obviously, there's not very many in this world that are really, really good. I mean, in the NFL of 32 teams, you've got 5 or 6 elite quarterbacks, and everybody else has just a guy. And so trying to evaluate, if you can find a guy that can evaluate quarterbacks, and I think Keith Ridenauer on our staff has done a phenomenal job in a short time. We've got 3 quarterbacks coming on visits over the next week that we think are going to be on our 22 football team.
Oh, wow.
If we can continue down that path, I think that position is important. Now, obviously, you need somebody to protect that guy. And offensive linemen are becoming a big-time premium because 320-pound guys that are quick and athletic and can move like Shaquille O'Neal are few and far between. And in the NIL world we're living in, it's becoming like the NFL world where you've got to be able to find deals for those kids or give them opportunities to find deals for themselves, I guess is a better way to put it. So you have to have someone to protect them. Now, I'm a defensive guy and have been my whole life, and you just heard me talk about quarterback and offensive line. So it goes to show you how important those pieces are.
Sure.
Coach, in my opinion, pro days are the days that set guys apart, right? Because you got the film all year, but here we are in a spot where you can interact with coaches and scouts, and you can really get that connection. Give me which one you value more, eye test or measurables?
No, it's to me, and just like recruiting, and I learned this from John Lynch, who does a great job with the 49ers, and then Marvin Lewis, who was here as an assistant, and then obviously went on to what success he had in the NFL. It's all about the tape. They either can play or they can't. It doesn't matter. I mean, Joe Burrow, did he have big hands? No, he didn't have big hands. He led his team to the freaking Super Bowl with small hands. So people that make a big deal about those things oftentimes make mistakes. You can make a lot of mistakes and you can get mesmerized by a guy that looks like Tarzan and plays like Jane. So they've got to be able to put on the tape and play football.
We got the Night of Champions coming up on Monday. After that, what's next for Lobo Nation, Coach?
The guys that get a well-deserved 2 weeks off. I don't think people realize, but our football players here, the football players in general, in the 52-week calendar of the year, they get about 5 weeks off where they're not working sort of fashion to be better at football.
Wow.
And these next 2 weeks in May, they get away from the coaches. They're me telling them how much work we have to do and what we need to get done, and they're tired of each other. I don't get tired of them because that's my livelihood. I mean, I love chasing them around even when they're knuckleheads. But they'll need a break. They'll get that 2 weeks off. They'll be refreshed. And then starting June 1st, we are going to start back in the weight room for another 8-week program. And then, guys, it's already fall camp. We're getting ready to play games and all that stuff. So, I mean, that stuff's going to happen quick. Over the summer, on June 15th, we're going to have a summer camp for young children with Down syndrome disabilities and teaming up with Special Olympics at our facility on day one. We've got some recruiting stuff. Our coaches are out on the road recruiting right now for the first time since I've been here in the spring. We've got a summer camp where kids, actually football teams, high school football teams from across the state and around the region, they come in and they set up tents on our practice field for 3 nights. And we have 7-on-7 tournaments and teach them football and evaluate and recruit. So it's a very, very busy time for Lobo football. And it's exciting that we're going to be ready to play games here before you know it. I know it's only May, but August and September are going to be here before anybody has any idea. And we're going to be ready to host Maine, and then we're going to host Boise State. And I'm still in works to make Friday, September 9th, football day in Albuquerque, where the high schools our high school football games are played at noon. And everybody in the city is going to pack University Stadium so we can whoop Boise State's tail. And then September 17th, UTEP, we're going to honor the 1962 WAC championship team, Bobby Santiago, Jim Cromartie, Jim Ottman, those guys. And then the 82 team that went 10-1 is the only 10-win football team in the history of our program. We're going to honor them at that game. They played in a mythical thing called the Justice Bowl against Tulsa, where Mike Roberts, the legendary Mike Roberts, did a broadcast. And obviously the Lobos won here and Tulsa won back in Tulsa. We're going to honor those teams because I think those are two of the greatest teams in Lobo football history. And guys on that 62 team that are still alive, I think there's 10 to 15 of them. And then the 82 team, there's about 40, 45 guys that need to be very well appreciated for what they did for the guys that are playing now and all the things they set up before them. So it's a very exciting time for Lobo football. And then we're going to have a lot more competitive football team. We'll be a lot better this year. And we're making our strides towards winning our 5th conference championship.
On Monday night, is Lobo fan going to see Adam Gay squat 600 pounds?
He tells me he is. So he'll have that opportunity. He'll have that opportunity. And with the amount of people that we can put in the weight room, there's no COVID restrictions. It's exciting. There's no mask. There's no mask mandate. There's no vaccine mandate. Come on in. Let's pack that thing and get as many people as we can to give those guys the adrenaline and the atmosphere to help them lift as much weight as they can. Because the stronger they are, the more tougher they can be during the season. I had to clean my mouth a little bit right there.
Danny Gonzalez, he's better at his job than I am at mine. Danny, thank you so very much.
Oh, Fred, I completely disagree. What you guys do for 2 men on. I mean, I'm a 5-win ball coach in 2 years. You guys are freaking throwing shutouts and selling out the crowd every day. So I'm living up to you guys. I appreciate what you do for our community. What you're doing for Highlands and Coach Hudson is awesome. What you do every day and for the high school kids, Mike Vitale in the background. I mean, you guys are an inspiration to me for this community, and I appreciate your help. Thank you. Go Lobos.
Very kind words.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Insanely kind. Speaking of that help he's talking about, helpyourboys.com, BOIS. Log on now. You can kind of see the registration and sponsorship options for our Topgolf event with the YMCA of Central New Mexico. We're very excited to bring that back to this is year 2 that we've been part of the organization for that. So yeah, we're excited for that. As that's crazy. That is
It's been a year already.
That is so crazy to me.
What do they call it? The second inaugural? Is that
Well,
what it's
it's
called?
just second annual
It's
at
the
this
not-
point.
it's the-
Yeah. It's the whole thing.
The inaugural junior.
Come get a bay with the boys is what we're saying, and help the YMCA of Central New Mexico. If you just want to be a title, like $15,000 sponsor, let us know. We'll get that over there. Won't even take a cut. We're like that. We're good dudes.
You won't.
Joining us whenever we get back is Vernon Koonce, and we're going to talk a lot about the NFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars, what's going on with the Gladiators and the Blue Tails. It's going to be a fun little hour with Vernon as we're going to have him in studio when his team drafts the first overall draft pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. 2 men on live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're powered by New Mexico Pinion Coffee. We play on Team I-9, and we start our days at the YMCA of Central New Mexico. It's 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with more in the morning.
So we've got a number of slow spots around the metro right now. Also dealing with the crash, Wantabo at Skyline. Watch out if you're in that area. But westbound I-40, that's moving slow between the interchange and Coors. Northbound I-25, Sunport to Central, moving very slow right now. Also seeing slowdown southbound on I-25. They're going to start around Osuna and go until Montgomery. And headed west on Paseo this afternoon, slow moving between Jefferson and Coors.
Gas prices suck, and if you've got a gas guzzler, now's the time to fight the suck. Get into Malloy Los Lunas and pick up one of our 30 vehicles rated over 30 miles per gallon. Plus, we want to give you a $1,000 gas card. No purchase necessary. Visit MalloyLosLunas.com. See dealer for details.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Jim Rome Show.
I know there are a whole lot of people who are getting all emotional and bent about missing out on a chance to see history when Dodger manager Dave Roberts pulled Clayton Kershaw out of a game when he was in the midst of a perfecto. I just don't see why. Clayton Kershaw potentially blowing out his arm in April is not going to help that sport. Come on with that. You want to blame something? Blame the lockout.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
DQ presents the sound of an all-star summer lineup. Leading off, the promising rookie, new Oreo Dirt Pie. On deck, the fan favorite Girl Scout Thin Mints. Summer standouts, Drumstick with peanuts and cotton candy. And batting cleanup, it's you. With your red spoon and 6 summer blizzard flavors, official treat of MLB. All part of the new DQ All-Star Summer Blizzard lineup. DQ? Happy tastes good.
Oh, won't you stick with me, baby? I'm going to make a lot of bread. I mean both money and actual bread. But right now I need dough, cause my delivery truck's dead. And by dough, I mean money. Trucks don't run on bread.
Owning a small business isn't always as lovely as it sounds, but with personalized discounts that save you money, Progressive Commercial keeps you humming along. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
I need more dough. Need with an N. I need more dough. Need with a K.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage and discounts not available for all vehicles or states. Policy terms and conditions apply.
Mortgage interest rates have begun to rise from the all-time lows, but it's not too late to jump in and save some money. I'm Scott Stigler for Indigo Mortgage. Rates are still very low and homeowners still have some great opportunities, like a cash-out refinance. You see, home prices are still sky high, so many of you are sitting on a lot of equity. Tap that equity while the rates are still low. Ben Lucero at Indigo Mortgage says it's a great time to finance home improvements, pay college tuition, or consolidate high-balance credit cards. You should also consider asking Indigo Mortgage about a shorter-term mortgage to pay off your home loan sooner. Rates on 10 and 15-year loans are much lower than a 30-year loan. It doesn't cost anything to ask about options available before rates increase again. As always, I recommend you call a trusted local advisor like Indigo Mortgage. There's just too much at stake to rely on an online lender that doesn't know you. Call Indigo Mortgage at 836-5700 or go to indigomortgage.net. Nobody cares more about your mortgage loan than Indigo Mortgage. NMLS 188348.
Your local radio stations are here for you. No subscriptions or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text local to 52886 and tell Congress to protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, friends and family savings. Just in time for Mother's Day.
Speaking of, I got my mom the cutest pajamas for just $27.99. A trendy spring dress for under $25 and 65% off fine jewelry.
Ooh, she's one lucky lady.
So am I. Did I mention I got an extra 25% off? And because I'm a Kohl's Rewards member, an extra $20 off?
Count on Kohl's for more style and more savings.
Select styles, 20 off $100 in-store only. 25% off ends May 1st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Starting a garden. It's kind of like starting a family. You care for it, watch it grow, and if you get the right brand, like Bonnie Plants Harvest Select, you watch it grow a lot. You start to feel a real bond with your plant family. Just don't name them because they're going to be delicious. Get help donating your surplus to local food banks from the Home Depot and ampleharvest.org. It feels like spring at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Here we go, guys.
Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach. Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM.
And you're up.
M610, the Sports Animal.
3, 2, 1. Oh my God, we're 40 minutes away. Joining us live in the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio, Vernon Koonce, the voice, hype man for the Duke City Gladiators, public address for the Blue Tails, and all things that are Jacksonville Jaguars adjacent. How are you, friend?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm blessed. How you guys doing?
I'm good, man.
Good. See you guys, man.
Busy but good.
Yeah, same here.
Always a pleasure having you in, man.
Thank you, man. It's good to be back.
So this is like a Christmas Eve kind of thing to you right now this month. You got like goosebumps all day long. You're like that energy.
You know what? I would say last year when we got my boy Trevor.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew we were getting him, but of course you got to make sure it's official.
And then,
yeah.
When he led you to the worst record in football, and then
he didn't lead us. Urban Meyer led us to the don't even try that. Yeah.
Hey, I was a Jaguars guy for a long time.
I know you were.
Up until they got rid of Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew.
And
Mustache.
He's the greatest of all time. I'm still a Jaguars guy. So I'm a big.
He won more games last year than Trevor Lawrence.
Hey. Once again, Urban Meyer.
I'm a big Shad Khan guy. I'm a big Shad.
I am too.
Guy.
Yeah.
Whenever
my uncle's watching too, and I know he is too. So.
Oh, he's a big Shad Khan guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he lives in Jacksonville. So.
What are we trying to go out? Are we going to catch a game this year?
Let's go.
Van, what are you doing? You want to go?
I'm in.
Michael, can you cover the show?
Pick a date.
You cool?
No, I'm not covering the show. I'm going out with you.
They play on Sundays. What am I even talking about? We're good.
We're good.
We just leave after the show.
Yeah, we're good. I'm dead serious too.
We're back by nothing about this is a joke.
Oh,
100% we're going
there.
We're back by Monday at like 3:30. We can get here from the airport.
I don't
remember we're catching 2 hours on the way back. Central Eastern time. So if we leave at 6 a.m. there, it's 4 a.m. here.
We literally did it with the Super Bowl. How could this be hard? Like we just do it again.
There you go.
The Jacksonville airport, I imagine, is fairly efficient.
It is. It's a good size.
That's what I've heard. I've heard nothing but great things about Jacksonville.
Except for their football team.
Fun. Hey.
Just don't Google Florida Man. Whatever you do.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm kidding. Totally do that. It's a white knuckle thrill ride, and it's hilarious.
It's like a blizzard of emotion.
Look up your birthday and Florida Man.
No, don't do it.
You're gonna have some amazing stories.
You don't want that association. Hey, what are you doing? You sending your Gladiators ring down?
Yeah.
Oh, you send down that championship ring?
Yeah, you
got the camera running in front of you.
You're
What's
on
up?
Camera. Put that thing back on.
Right. How them Duke City boys doing?
They're doing good.
They're coming alive?
They are. It was a big loss losing Nate, Davis at the beginning of the year.
That's not enough of a descriptor. It was the biggest loss.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, should have been the league MVP last year.
Cheated, stolen.
Oh,
totally cheated.
Yeah,
definitely.
You want to go down that road right now?
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, because that's the most BS of all BS of all BSing.
But you know what? Even since we were a part of the CIF Champions Indoor Football League 19, after winning it in 18, we got shafted on awards. Jason Serta should have won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
we didn't get it.
He's like player of the game.
I mean, they just don't like us, and I mean that's pretty evident. And I mean, everybody knew, even in the semifinal game, losing the way we did. I mean,
final play.
The Rattlers knew.
Cheated.
Their fan.
Offensive pass interference. Are you kidding me? Get out of my face.
On a pick.
No.
In the end zone with no time left.
No. By a guy who had committed this many fouls all season. I'm holding up a 0.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
Amy don't cheat. Elmore don't cheat.
No.
Davis don't cheat.
No. See, but
I
yeah,
mean, not on the field. I don't know what their personal lives are like. I mean,
no, but I mean, they're good guys. Elmore, we call him the mayor, Sip. But I mean, losing Nate this year. I mean, opening game, we fought back. Ramon Atkins, who's a rookie,
stud.
New Mexico Highlands. He's a big boy too. Remember, this is his first indoor action. He's never played indoor before.
Hey, somebody's going to call him after the weekend. I'm telling you that.
For sure.
An NFL team is going to call him.
The more he gets on film, the more chances he has, because he was already getting looked at when he was at Highlands. But everyone knows that when you go from outdoor to indoor, it is a tough transition as a quarterback,
right?
In any position, especially quarterback, because your reads are a lot quicker. You got to get rid of the ball a lot quicker and make a decision.
We will see Ramon Atkins this upcoming Monday night as we're hosting the awards banquet for athletics for New Mexico Highlands. And I mean, there's going to be a little bit of a roast involved, obviously. And I think I'm going to use his very first professional game as a talking point.
Yeah, it was a little rough
because he has grown. He was offensive player of the week.
Yep.
How many touchdowns he had that game? 8?
7 or 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy watching his development these last couple weeks. For the biggest thing for me is watching his confidence. The coaching staff getting him running the right plays to fit what he's good at, if that makes sense. Starting off, last week when we had the last home game, or 2 weekends ago, we ran right down the field and scored. I mean, that's a confidence booster for a young quarterback, a rookie quarterback.
Without opening up the playbook too much to their next opponent, like what are some of the tweaks that offensive coordinator has made to accommodate Ramon?
Honestly, I think the RPO has been big with Devontae Jackson, former Bronco.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I feel like we got away from running the ball earlier when he first came on, Ramon. I think you help out any quarterback, any young quarterback, when you're able to run the ball, whether it's outdoor or indoor, especially at the indoor, because it does open up the passing game. And when you got guys like Dello and DC Stoneham, Jared Elmore, a receiving group like that, Greg Dent, how do you not give them a ball? But if you can run the ball, that's what opens up the passing. So
the boys took a tough 1-point L last week against the Frisco Fighters. Whatever.
Another blown call.
Whatever.
So I didn't even find this out until a couple days ago. I asked DC what had happened. We got that penalty called back because it was an unsportsmanlike conduct on one of our coaches for celebrating the touchdown. That's post-possession.
Like after the play.
That's
figured out
possession. Sure. So you don't take the touchdown away. That made zero sense to me. But what did I just say? The IFL just doesn't like us at all.
2 and 4.
That's just going to make it that much sweeter when he hoists the trophy.
Oh, it is. And they know that.
Well, and just put it on the Sugar Skulls this upcoming weekend there. So that's at Tucson, right?
That's
this
at
weekend?
Tucson. They leave tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's a bunch on the road in a row, and then returning home on May 28th against San Diego Strike Force, which I've mentioned this before. Dumbest name in all of professional sports is Strike Force. It's a stupid name.
It is.
I don't know what they're doing. Their branding is bad. I want to hey, can you call the ownership group for the Strike Force, Michael? I need to give them a one-on-one on dumb.
And to be fair, it's a horrible name for a football team.
Yeah.
It's a great name for a Chuck Norris movie.
Yeah, okay. I'm back in on that.
Yeah.
All right. Strike Force 2. You got to have a sequel, 1 and 2.
Yeah. Strike Forcing. That's not the one.
No, that wasn't it.
Strike Forcer.
Strike Forcer. All right. That'd be 3.
Yeah. Strike 4 or 5. I'm not sure. I lost count.
No, 3.
Or you could have
3.
You could have a guest star in it. The next one could be like Strike Forrest Whitaker.
Ooh, that's a very good one.
Mm-hmm. Thank
you. Strike Force be with you. That's a sci-fi one, but it's a good one.
That's some lightsabers.
Just spin it. Put a spin on it.
I like to see Chuck Norris wield a lightsaber.
No, bring on Forrest Whitaker, man.
Who's also been in Star Wars.
Oh,
okay. I see.
See?
32 minutes from the start of the NFL draft. Let's grab a break, and then I'm going to talk Jacksonville Jaguars when we get back. We'll do the whole thing. We'll break down who you believe will be number 1 and what kind of impact you think that will make for the team. And then the crazy thing about drafting number 1 in the first round, Van, is you then get to draft number 1 in the second round.
Not in my fantasy league.
Serpentine. We're
Uh-huh.
talking about a little back and forth boy. Okay, I like what you're doing there. 2 Men on Live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're powered by New Mexico Pinon Coffee. We play on Team I-9, and we start our days at the YMCA of Central New Mexico. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This message is brought to you by Blake's Lottaburger. Introducing Blake's newest flavor of iced coffee, caramel. Made with double brewed premium blend coffee for the very best taste. Caramel iced coffee joins Blake's original 3 flavors, classic, vanilla, and mocha. Perfect paired with a spicy breakfast burrito, available all day at all Blake's locations.
All right, traffic right now. We're still having crash cleanup Wantabo at Skyline. Be careful if you're in that area. Slowdowns westbound on I-40. That's moving slow between the interchange and Unser. Northbound on I-25, Sunport to Central, moving very slow at the moment. Also seeing slowdowns southbound on I-25, Osuna to Montgomery. And Paseo headed west this afternoon between Jefferson and Coors. That's moving slow at the moment. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state. Locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
With the first pick in the NFL Draft, the BetQL model selects. I'm Joe Gillier here to help you beat the books with BetQL. That's right. The BetQL model now has its own mock draft going up against the market consensus. One play they see value on, over 6.5 Big Ten players drafted. Check out their final mock draft at BetQL.co. I'm Joe Gillier, bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app today.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spring means getting stuff done, like cutting, shoveling, and planting. Looks like you're in for a busy weekend. Better grab a 5-Hour Energy with vitamins, caffeine, and nutrients. It will help you cut those chores and those weeds down to size. 5-Hour Energy tastes great, and it works fast. So grab that shovel, power up that mower, and turn on the sprinkler. It's time to make your yard the envy of the neighborhood. 5-Hour Energy for every weekend to-do list. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Let's plan on having concessions over there.
Mike is remodeling the old family drive-in movie theater.
Go find Gavin. Tell him the sound team is here.
He'll need a new front-of-house cast and behind-the-scenes crew.
Hey, can we talk staffing real quick? I'm thinking at least 6 per shift.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Straight Talk Wireless now has the new iPhone 13 with cinematic mode, which lets you focus on what matters. And with Straight Talk, you can focus on getting the best deal. Our Silver Unlimited plan is just $45 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. And it runs on the largest, most dependable networks, now with nationwide 5G. With the iPhone 13 on Straight Talk, you can share whatever you want, wherever you want. Straight Talk Wireless. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. We see it every day. People hurt in car wrecks being misled by the insurance companies in order to minimize the amount of money they have to pay. When the insurance company tells you you don't need an attorney, that's when you know you need an attorney. Want a fair settlement? Don't attempt to deal with the insurance company on your own. Call Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys today at 544-4444. We'll fight hard to get you all the money you deserve and keep you out of the courtroom.
Can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's.
Today's topic, friends and family savings.
Just in time for Mother's Day.
Speaking of, I got my mom the cutest pajamas for just $27.99. A trendy spring dress for under $25 and 65% off fine jewelry.
Ooh, she's one lucky lady.
So am I. Did I mention I got an extra 25% off? And because I'm a Kohl's Rewards member, an extra $20 off?
Count on Kohl's for more style and more savings.
Select style, 20 off $100 in-store only. 25% off ends May 1st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Starting a garden. It's kind of like starting a family.
Stand by.
For it, watch it grow, and if you get the right brand, like Bonnie Plants Harvest Select, you watch it grow a lot. You start to feel a real bond with your plant family. Just don't name them, because they're going to be delicious. Get help donating your surplus to local food banks from the Home Depot and ampleharvest.org. It feels like spring at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
There's only one road, and there's only one home for Rome.
Nice drive. Here you go, guys.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 10,
And you're up.
FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Welcome back to the program. We are 26 minutes away from the NFL draft, and picking first in that said draft is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguar.
Jaguar?
Jaguars.
Jaguar?
Jaguar.
Jaguar.
No.
Jaguar.
Jaguar.
War.
Jaguars.
Jaguar.
That'll work.
That's the one.
That's it.
Jaguar.
That'll work.
All right, so the rumor mill here, Vernon Koonce is joining us on the program, biggest Jacksonville Jaguar fan of all time, even has a custom, his own name on it jersey. I don't know if it's legit or bought out of a trunk, but whatever.
No, it's legit.
Okay.
You can't, I mean, come on, custom with my number and everything. I wish I could have bought it out of a trunk. I mean,
let me check that stitching.
Yeah, what's up with that
Yeah.
stitching? What's that?
Yeah, see, check the stitching. That's the key. Check the stitching.
So, rumor has it, your boys want to trade down, but no one wants to trade up. What's up with that?
We're not trading down.
I'm just telling you what the rumor says.
Yeah, that one would surprise me. Because this is just okay. So let me get to this. I feel like the only way that you trade out of the number one is if there's a quarterback that another team wants, and this is not that year.
Oh my goodness, that's what I said yesterday on this very program.
You listener, what's up? Vernon? You tune in? You take
I missed that part, but I mean, yeah, I missed that part, but yeah. And let's just be real. This quarterback draft class, there's upside, but there's not a Andrew Luck. There's not a Trevor Lawrence. There's not a John Elway where you just knew, all right, we got to get this guy one. What do we got to do to move up to get this guy? This is the guy.
Really, or any position where you're like, this is the obvious number one pick. You're lucky to be here. You're lucky to have him.
Hey,
it's been a long time since there's been so much variance and like the mock draft experts who they think's going first.
That's true. And I think that's better for the game. I think the balance that it brings to the NFL, as far as quarterback, whether it's a lineman, whether it's a receiver, I mean, there's a safety that could go one, I mean,
the Jaguars don't do like they don't do the most obvious thing though, because they should have taken Byron Leftwich as their head coach, but for some reason they took Doug Peterson. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't trust the Jaguars to do the thing that I think they should do. Like, I don't know, keep Gardner Minshew.
So that with that one, with the Byron Leftwich, that came down to Trent Baalke. I just think that I know for a fact that Byron came in during his interviews and said, hey, I'm here, but I want to bring in my own GM. And he was going to bring in the GM from Arizona, which he had worked with previously. And I just think that Shad was just like, I don't know what Shad likes about Trent, and what he feels like he owes him, but
Steve
he just, yeah.
And it's your guy. Like when it's your guy, it's your guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can't tell me anything else.
Exactly.
They're
but
a
I
lot
will say
better
this.
co-host than Van. I stay with Van.
I will say this. I mean, I'm happy with who our coach is. I feel like that was the next best option. Just having him, his expertise. He's a quarterback guy, because Trevor needs, the talent is there. It's just we didn't use him the right way last year, and that, I mean, everyone knows what happened with Urban Meyer, and that it just was a train wreck from the beginning. I felt like I know he lost the locker room after the Cincy game. You guys know what happened. And
oh, sure.
It just went downhill from there.
We talked about that a lot.
Too much
on the program.
I did too with my dad. Well, trust me, I can show you our text thread. It was, we talked about it a lot.
I mean, and I like a guy who likes to party. Like, I get it.
Don't get me wrong.
But don't get me wrong.
But yeah.
Just, you got to go somewhere. Like, we've talked about this. You go with the Jeter rules. No phones. I don't need that. I don't need that around me. I'm the governor in Ohio. I'm bigger than the governor. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? What are you doing, Urban?
And the thing is fly back home with the team, then leave. Go do whatever you want to do. It wouldn't have been looked at as bad if he had flown back with the team and then taken his own flight, back up to Ohio.
He can't be inconvenienced with his private jet, Vernon.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the private jet. I'm sorry.
Figure it out.
I think it'd have been a little bit better optics for me if he had a little rhythm when he was dancing.
All right. Yep. Good point.
That was a big point
Yeah.
of contention for me, is that he danced like he dresses, and that's always a bad
It's
point.
unacceptable. Yeah.
I mean, I dress like this, but I got rhythm.
See,
So that helps.
You weren't worried about the age gap. You were worried about like the swag gap. You were
Well,
like,
I mean, I go by the gentleman's rule: half your age plus 7.
what is that? Hold on. Give that
Never
down.
heard that one?
No, I'm writing this
You
down.
never heard this one before?
What is it called?
I
Oh
don't
my
know
gosh,
this
you'll
one.
be safe forever.
The gentle what?
The gentleman's rule:
All right. Gentleman's rule.
Gentleman's rule.
Now
Okay.
that to me,
half your age plus 7.
what?
Half your age.
All right. So I'm 37.
Correct.
So I divide that by 2.
Correct.
So it would be 13 and a half.
Then you add 7.
Not correct. I don't think I did that.
No,
right.
you did that very incorrectly.
So what's half of 37?
17 and a half.
Okay.
So
So,
round it up to 18.
okay. And then what?
18 plus 7.
What is 7?
Yeah.
That's
That's
arbitrary.
25.
But where did the number 7 come from?
That's the gentleman's ratio.
This is the property of gentleman's ratio.
Correct. No matter what age you are, half your age plus 7 is the appropriate age for you to date somebody.
Well,
And then-
my lady is much older than 25.
Correct.
So I'm doing it wrong?
You're doing it insanely correctly. Yeah.
Why are you telling me to date 25?
You're way in the no, that's your bottom figure.
Vernon, how old your lady?
Don't ever.
She's 32.
Okay, so 32. So
So do 32 minus 7.
You're 45?
No, I'm 42.
What is the deal here?
See? You're throwing off the ratio, man.
For
I don't
example,
know.
me.
He brought up a good point.
Me
The rhythm is what killed me. I mean, he was literally he was dancing how he dresses. Dorky,
yeah,
white dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was bad. And
Vernon, you're an absolute pro at this.
but yeah, I mean, like I said, he all jokes aside, he lost that locker room after that. And yeah, Trevor did everything he could, getting pounded with questions week after week with, and he was respectful of his coach, but you could just tell that locker room, our players had zero respect for him, and it just went downhill from there.
The Robinson thing was weird to me.
That drove me nuts.
So on
James
the
Robinson.
field, yeah. So James Robinson should play 3 out of every 4 downs. He should be on the field all the time,
especially with ETN out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, that's like getting like a first round and 2 second rounders this year.
It is.
Sure.
And for real, he was first round talent, except running backs aren't first round talent anymore. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah. And I think it's because the longevity. The running backs last 4 or 5 years. And
Generous.
That's being generous.
Sure.
Your boy didn't even make it half a season.
Yeah.
Like they were. Oh, he hurt.
Which one? ETN?
Yeah.
Preseason. Done. No rookie year.
Got to figure that out. So your boys are on the clock. They've been on the clock for like 6 months now or something crazy. And they're looking at a bunch of them, right? They're looking at the whole draft, the 250 players. But it's going to come down to like a handful of them. And there's not a wide receiver that I guess they think is worth taking. So what do you end up doing?
All right. So I'm going to give you who I think we're going to select.
Okay.
I'm going to give you two people who I would rather select.
I think we're about to be on the same page here.
Okay. Walker, defensive end from Georgia.
I don't care about them, but do not
I think that's who we're going with. Am I happy about it? Not really, but it's better than Hutchinson. I'm not sold on him. What I think we should do is
Jamison Williams, 100%.
that would be my
Yeah.
number one. That shows Trevor, hey, we're invested in you. Now we got you a speed receiver. We signed Kirk, in the off season.
A lot of money that didn't look like a lot of money after a minute.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was team friendly deal. I mean, people saw the numbers behind it and they're like, oh, wait a second. Okay, that's smart. But him in the slot, Jones on the Marvin Jones, who's a good mentor on the other side. And you bring in a guy like Jamison on the left or right side, that's a speed threat. And that's what we are lacking. We have no downfield speed.
More opportunities and possibilities at the first overall draft pick for the Jaguars whenever we get back. Vernon Koonce is joining us. We're talking all things NFL draft. Michael, you ready to take a break? I just see you picked up the phone. You're super busy all the time. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. the sports animal.
For inspiration to reach your goals, join Ben Nemtin to get on track with 5 steps to make the seemingly impossible possible. Register at expresspros.com/expresstalks. A free virtual event May 5th from Express Employment Professionals. Expresspros.com. This report is sponsored by expresspros.com.
Traffic right now, westbound on Paseo, we're seeing slowdowns. They're going to start at Jefferson. They're going to go all the way down until Coors this afternoon. Also slow down southbound I-25 between Osuna and about Montgomery. Northbound on I-25, Sunport to Central, moving slow. Westbound I-40 slowdowns. They're going to start around 2nd Street and go until Unser. Also southbound on Coors at Montano, seeing a bit of a slowdown in that area. Things will pick back up there after you get past that, though.
Gas prices suck, and if you've got a gas guzzler, now's the time to fight the suck. Get into Malloy Los Lunas and pick up one of our 30 vehicles rated over 30 miles per gallon. Plus, we want to give you a $1,000 gas card. No purchase necessary. Visit MalloyLosLunas.com. See dealer for details.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Maggie Gray with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by 5 Hour Energy. 5 Hour Energy for every weekend to-do list. One thing I never understood about previewing the NFL draft are the mocks that put athletes who played college close to an NFL city immediately on that team. Aiden Hutchinson played at Michigan. Does that really make him more likely to be drafted by the Lions? It's 2022. The background work done by teams on these athletes is so thorough. There's no insider advantage just because you're down the road. It's a cute story, but in the end, it can feel more like a fairy tale than real life. I'm Maggie Gray.
Sports Animal and JPR Decorative Gravel present the Rockin' Brew Book Drive. Help us put books in the hands of kids for summer. And you can save some cash at your favorite breweries, too. Bring new or gently used children's books to participating breweries, and you'll receive $1 off each beer you buy that day. Breweries like Sidetrack Brewing or Either Quarter Celtic Brew Pub, plus lots more. Save $1 off a beer and help our community at the same time. Get the full list of drop-off locations online now at sportsanimалabq.com.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness, modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Spring means getting stuff done, like cutting, shoveling, and planting. Looks like you're in for a busy weekend. Better grab a 5 Hour Energy with vitamins, caffeine, and nutrients. It will help you cut those chores and those weeds down to size. 5 Hour Energy tastes great, and it works fast. So grab that shovel, power up that mower, and turn on the sprinkler. It's time to make your yard the envy of the neighborhood. 5 Hour Energy for every weekend to-do list. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Unforgettable Golf Classic is back thanks to RBC Wealth Management. You can enjoy a great day of golf while raising funds and awareness for the Alzheimer's Association.
Stand by.
Holds at Tanawan Country Club. Breakfast, lunch, cart rental, goodie bag, and more. Plus, you're going to be helping families in New Mexico facing Alzheimer's. It's a shotgun start on May 9th at 8 a.m. Reserve your foursome now. 266-4473. That's 266-4473.
New Mexico Sports Authority, 95.9 FM and AM 610.
6 minutes here. You're on.
Animal.
Show note, Ned James joining us at 6:30 via the friend of the show hotline. So Ned James will join us at 6:30. Vernon will be with us up until then. Vernon Koonce joining us on the program. Pretty roaring rendition of the national anthem we just saw at the NFL draft.
Look very passionate.
With the flyover. Look at that.
How do you feel about all the NFL like betting and the energy around it? You think it makes the game better?
I mean, as long as it doesn't hurt the game, but it brings money in. So, I mean, you can't say no. It brings a lot of money, a lot more than people think.
The attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's changed how it's like covered too. Like if it, not us, we don't have like a betting sponsor, but like if you listen to Dan Patrick, Jim Rome, and like those big national guys, they all have casinos and stuff behind them now. That's the only way they talk about the game.
What about fantasy football? How has that changed in the last 10 years?
That was huge.
I mean, that is huge. You got fantasy drafts. You have, certain network. ESPN carries a show, during the season where it's just dedicated to fantasy. So does Fox,
It's
you're going to see it more with sports betting in real time, like real time prop bets, real time play bets, and you're going to see it directly in the stadium. I think we're going to see some guinea pigs this year, i.e., let's say there's a really horrible team with a nice stadium.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's say the Jaguars.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. They have good Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You have like your own little tablets, got your own little phones
strong and
right in front of you.
Strong
and you can make real time bets of what's happening right in front of you.
Or maybe even another more interesting game of a team that's competitive. Yeah, 100%. That sounds
sure.
great.
Oh, don't you start.
Les just now 10 minutes away from the first pick. So if you're Jacksonville, you're Jacksonville right now.
Yes.
Okay? You're Shad Khan.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2022 NFL Draft. Jacksonville, you're on the clock.
Like I said, that the shocker that I would like, I know we probably won't do it, is Jameson Williams. But being realistic, Evan Neal. Our offensive line was terrible last year. Everybody's going to say, oh, you just gave Cam Robinson, your left tackle, 3 years. It's a team-friendly deal. You can use him as trade bait. He's still young. He's 26, 3-4 years in the league,
Mm-hmm.
I just think with the talent that Neal has, and here's the biggest thing. The dude can play four out of the 5 O-line positions.
Right.
He's not just a left tackle. He's played at Alabama, and I'm a Florida State guy, but SEC's best football conference in college. I mean, as far as talent goes, and he played left guard, he played left tackle, he played right guard, right tackle. So why would you not want that versatility?
I just Googled, is Evan Neal Team Johnny or okay, never mind, he's Team Johnny. Okay, we're good.
Team Johnny?
Yeah. Well, I would need to know if he was Team Johnny or Team Amber. I know it's like really decisive right
Is that a Twilight thing? I don't understand.
So Johnny Depp is currently suing Amber Heard.
Oh, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Outcry.
I just assumed.
You just take a second.
I really like the point you made last segment about proving to Trevor Lawrence that you're there for him and you're going to build around him.
Mm-hmm.
And you use that rationale to draft the best wide receiver in the draft.
That's how I feel.
Which Fred agrees with you.
Or Evan Neal.
I exactly. I like that same rationale. You pick the no doubt plug and play offensive lineman to protect him.
Exactly.
I think that's
for years to come. That shows you, or it shows Trevor, hey, we got your back. We know last year was rough. We're invested in you. I mean, we believe in you. This is what we're going to do. You saw we went out and got you a slot receiver. We're spending money. Our D line wasn't great last year, but I just feel like this draft is so deep with defensive linemen that you can probably go out and get in the second or third round. I mean, why not get, like I said, either a plug and play tackle or offensive lineman or the number 1 receiver? And everybody's going to say, well, he tore his ACL. He's fine. Jameson Williams will be back before camp. He's ahead of schedule.
This cat you're talking about, Evan Neal, I'm like doing the world's quickest Google. 6'7", 351, and he looks like he's one wall to a house made of bricks.
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw the video. You might want to pull it up. Pull up Evan Neal doing the box jump.
Yeah.
Insane how athletic he is.
And
it's a freak. He's an athletic freak.
Boys, listen to this. 2020 Citrus Bowl, 2021 Rose Bowl, National Championship game, Cotton Bowl. This is a winner.
That's what I said.
Tried to told you.
Went to that IMG Academy that all
Florida?
that all the like if you're gonna go play pro sports, you go here.
Yeah.
Okay. Like you have named everything you would want in a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. He's 21, and NFL coaches don't want to coach no rookie 21-year-old kid on the offensive line. They're going to say, no, give me the freak athlete on the defensive line. That's what they're going to say.
With our new coaching staff that we brought on, I don't know. Because, I mean, like I said, our offensive line last year was so bad. I mean, at times. It's just, I mean, even when Gardner was there, he was running for his life, you know.
Super athletic, could easily do
it. the jorts. But I like I said, I think the smart pick is Evan Neal. The crazy go out and just surprise everyone pick is Jamison Williams. I mean, but being realistic, I think they're going to get Walker. But I'd rather have him than Hutchinson. I'm not sold on him at all.
I think I don't care who the Jags take as long as Detroit takes Hutchinson second.
They will. If they don't take him second,
that's like the perfect storyline.
Hometown kid. Yeah.
Yep.
That'll sell tickets for them, and 100%. They need that. The Lions need that, and that's a position that they do need.
The NFL wants that too.
Oh, they do, because I mean that's a storyline they can create.
Do people show up to NFL game to see defensive linemen?
Yes.
Boys, I don't think that's true.
Yes, it is true. Yeah. Not to you. You're speaking from your perspective.
My perspective is if I right now turn on whatever end of the year game that Michigan played in, I have no idea what it was. I'm assuming it wasn't a bowl. If I turn that on, am I going to be able to see Aiden Hutchinson stand out on the sideline? I don't think I am.
I mean, he'll stand out in other ways on the field, but not positive. He took some plays off. That's why a lot. That's why I'm not sold on him. His motor is just, I feel like his ceiling, he's close to it, if that makes sense.
And I love how people are talking about, is Walker going first? Is Hutchinson going first? Is John going first?
Mm-hmm.
When you got a perfectly good Thibodeau just sitting right there.
Don't want him either.
Right,
that's all the teams who are picking like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
They're hoping he
are just like, yeah, oh yeah, he doesn't care about the team. He doesn't work hard. Yeah. Keep saying that. Keep sharing those stories. We'll love to have him.
Now, Thibodeau's ceiling is a lot higher than
30.
The Jacksonville Jaguars will make their draft pick whenever we get back from this commercial.
Ooh.
I mean, you can be able to handle this, Vernon? You need a room to yourself? Or
I'll be able to handle it.
Football talk whenever we get back. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Traffic right now, westbound on Paseo, we're seeing slowdowns. They're going to start at Jefferson. They're going to go all the way down until Coors this afternoon. Also slow down southbound I-25 between Osuna and about Montgomery. Northbound on I-25, Sunport to Central, moving slow. Westbound I-40 slowdowns. They're going to start around 2nd Street and go until Unser. Also southbound on Coors at Montano, seeing a bit of a slowdown in that area. Things will pick back up there after you get past that, though.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? We can make you a cash offer in minutes. Visit us at WeBuyNewMexico.com. That's WeBuyNewMexico.com. Let us make you a cash offer.
Brought to you by WeBuyNewMexico.com. Let them make you an offer on your house today.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state, locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Father Time and Mother Nature are the only two who have ever gone undefeated. That is fact. So what does that mean for you guys? That means as you get older, there are some very natural things that you may experience. Things like being tired too often, hair loss, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction. But now there's a way to fight back. It's Jeff Symbieta, and New Male has been helping men take care of these things for years with industry-leading testosterone replacement. Men feel better. They perform better. Essentially, men can battle these things that Mother Nature and Father Time throw at you by calling 652-1688, or visiting Numale, that's NUMALE.com. Numale is local, right here in Albuquerque. They're convenient, comfortable, and most importantly, they produce results. Guys, men all over the country are benefiting from Numale's treatment. You don't have to succumb to these natural inconveniences. Call Numale and take care of it. Gentlemen, it can happen. Feel like you again. Do this for you. Make the call. 505-652-1688 or visit Numale.com and feel better.
Maybe you just really want it. Maybe you could really use it, so in all actuality, you need it. Either way, you have to have it, and now you can get whatever it is at a major discount. Items like new or custom jewelry from Crown Jewels and Coin, furniture from American Home Furniture and Mattress or Lazy Boy. How about new art from Weems Gallery and Framing? Want to learn the creative world of cake decorating? We have that too from the Specialty Shop. These items are up for grabs when you join Cumulus Media for our Sweet Bids auction. Sweet Bids Spring 2022 auction is now open through April 28th, and we'll be auctioning off tons of great items on our station's website. Some things that you may need and some you will most definitely want, all of which will be at a great price. Jewelry, furniture, and so much more are all up for bid now through April 28th on our station's website. Some things that you may need and some things you'll most definitely want, all of which will be at a great price. Sweet Bids auction now open through April 28th. Introducing Blake's newest flavor of iced coffee, Caramel, made with double brewed premium blend coffee for the very best taste. Caramel iced coffee joins Blake's original 3 flavors, classic, vanilla, and mocha. Perfect
At Ron Dane.
spicy breakfast burrito, available all day at all Blake's locations.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The sports animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
And you're up.
Six o'clock. Normally we're like, hey, congratulations on getting off work. Not right now. Congratulations on tuning in to the NFL freaking draft.
Let's go.
So ESPN just switched over to a hype video. So that means the draft is officially started. Hey, who does hype videos better than ESPN?
Yeah, that is true.
WWE.
WWE.
Outside of WWE.
Yeah.
No one.
No, Marvel trailers.
Marvel trailers are fire.
They are. They are.
I thought after seeing the Batman trailer that the Batman would be a good movie, and that was a lie.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Are you in his camp? The Batman sucked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't. It just what it. I won't say it sucked. It just wasn't great. Wasn't what I thought it would be
because it sucked.
Well, the Dark Knight trilogy is the best superhero movies ever made. 1, 2, 3, bam, bam, bam. Then every single Marvel movie ever made, and then you could argue about the DC.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
I'll buy that.
Yeah, it's true.
Endgame is better than Avengers. Endgame is better than the Nolan trilogy.
Wrong.
Then the Nolan trilogy.
You're wrong.
Then all the Marvel movies.
Wrong.
Just saying. All right, so it's on. All right, so it's on now. So now that it's on, it goes to Jacksonville. Do they take all 10 minutes, or how does what they know what they're doing, right? They don't need to take all 10 minutes.
They knew what they were doing as of last night, but the suspense, I think they're told to take.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's on TV and everything. I think they're told to take the 10 minutes.
Once we get to the 3-minute mark, we're gonna preview Shakira's new song, and then you come out at about the 8-minute mark, and then you make your pick right at the 10-minute mark.
Okay, I'm there.
Ooh, baby, when you talk
But
like
I did
that.
warn you, if we pick a certain player, I'm gonna have a meltdown.
Just say his name.
Hutchinson.
It won't hurt you.
You could still.
Oh, it will hurt me if I hear his name. It'll hurt me.
The Van
say anything except for those really sharp cuss words.
Yes.
You feel full permission to say anything you want.
Now, fluff words, yes.
Except for there's 6 or 7 of them that are going to get us in trouble.
That just don't count. We are about 30 minutes away from Ned James joining us on the Front of the Show hotline. So we're going to get a coach's perspective on what to look for when you're looking for players in the NFL draft. Do you boys think it is true that the Green Bay Packers will take 2 quarterbacks in the first round just to rile up Aaron Rodgers?
No. They already riled him up by trading away his receiver, Devontae Adams, not paying him after they gave Aaron Rodgers a ton of money. Hey, here, Aaron, here's the keys. Oh, wait, that car doesn't start. We're going to sell that car.
Aaron Rodgers went to Berkeley. He can do the math. He knew when he signed that $50 million contract that Devontae was gone. He made that choice.
I don't think he did.
This,
I honestly don't think he did.
If I'm Green Bay, and what are they at, 22 and 28? If I'm Green Bay at 22 and 28, welcome to the team, Deebo Samuel. That is the only draft pick that matters if you're Green Bay, is getting Deebo Samuel from the 49ers.
Or some number one from anyone. Or
Deebo's not going to be a number one ever, but he's a great number two. But they need something there because Aaron's going to be in for it this year.
The Packers have 2 picks in the first round, and they need to figure out how to turn that into 3 receivers.
Officially, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock, according to my draft following ESPN app. So there you boys have it. I guess the pick will be coming in within like 10 minutes.
I would guess 8 to 10 minutes.
But you're right, because now the commercials are starting, because we just saw a Ken Griffey Jr. Ghostbusters commercial.
Yeah.
Randy Johnson, David Ortiz.
Who was the 4th one?
Oh, I missed it, and I know it.
Cone? I have no idea.
No, I missed it. It's a Hall of Famer. I know that.
I mean, it took a minute. Just Jeff Bagwell, probably.
Who's the Charles Hudson character? Who's the 4th one that you don't
know? The one
know?
that just shows up too late into the movie. Yeah. You're like, oh, I guess you're a main character.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, you know how much you don't know the 4th Ghostbusters name? I just totally missed his name. That's not his name.
True or false, Trent Baalke will make bad picks?
It's going to depend on who we get first, because that second... Actually, you know what? No, let me take that back. Depends on who falls. My more important pick is what we do with that first pick in the second round, because does a receiver fall? There's a lot of receivers. Does a receiver fall that should have been first round to the second pick? If we go tackle, or if we go, defensive end, like I think we're going to, does a tackle fall?
Right.
So, I mean, what do you do with that pick? Because we have a lot of picks too.
Not Charles, it's Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson. There we go.
See?
Ernie Hudson.
So who's the 4th guy on that Hall of Fame MLB career commercial?
I'm going to have to look it up.
Okay, pay attention next time.
I know. I missed it.
What is Ernie Hudson's character's name in Ghostbusters?
Stop it.
Oh, I thought it was the actor.
Ernie Hudson's the actor.
Ernie Hudson's the actor.
Okay, he played Winston Zedmore.
Timeout. That was his name in Ghostbusters? Winston?
Huh.
Zedmore.
That's not marketable now.
It's not what my uncle from Carlsbad called him. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I'm like that couldn't pass for today. Winston, what was his last name?
Well, luckily for you, I still have it up. Zedmore.
Come on.
All right, so we're doing the flyover drone, boys.
Ooh, that was fire.
Yep, looks like
it's A-Rod.
A-Rod.
We didn't
yeah,
notice A-Rod.
Steroid guy.
Yeah.
There is, so where they have the draft at, it's like I'm going to guess this is Fremont. Kind of looks like Fremont. I have no idea. And
I don't know.
They have some sort of buildings that have like cast shadows onto this crowd. And you guys have been to Vegas. I mean, it's hot in Las Vegas.
Even now.
I'd be doing all of the work to stay in that little shadow cast, because there's no way I'm trying to stand in the sun.
It's a good high 80s, low 90s out in Vegas right now. You know it is.
You're saying all of this to a skinny ginger.
So,
of course,
Roger Goodell is making his way out. And by the way, the NFL draft is like
I show the Jets fan booing him. They always cut to him.
Oh, they do.
New Orleans plant fan is not cheering for Roger Goodell.
Once he starts talking, they'll boo him.
And this NFL draft is, by the way, is that Derek Carr, the Las Vegas Raiders? There we go.
That is.
This is the overindulgence that everyone wants.
It is. Detroit, at least.
I told you.
Just
Detroit
booing.
Once he starts talking, they're gonna boo him.
They hate everything about him. Hey, shout out to Maurice Jones-Drew, who still has a jersey that's relevant to fans.
Oh, good for him.
But this whole thing for real could be done over like an email thread, right?
No.
Like you don't need all of this.
Yes, you do.
This meeting could have been an email, Vernon.
Nah. What if your internet goes down?
Right now behind Roger Goodell is no exaggeration,
Marcus Allen.
There is a $20,000 LED WWE style Megatron for about 12 hours. That is this thing.
Hey, how about that haircut
on David Carr?
Uh-huh.
David Carr.
Derek.
What's the difference?
He looks like he should be on Ocean's 11.
Yeah, that's a very good one. He looks like the newest guy they put in Entourage just because they're going to kill him on an away mission. So now officially Jacksonville is on the clock. So ESPN had lied to me earlier. They're now on the clock. And it's a big deal because Roger Goodell, who's currently being booed out of the building, is doing like the point and gesture move where he's like, look, I'm big. This is very public speaker, like World War II style. Like, I'm going to be louder because I have a microphone.
Derek Carr looks like the mafia boss's son who's like kind of a jerk to everybody.
And it really upset John Wick.
Oh, look at O'Shea. What it is.
Ice Cube? Yes.
The theatrics behind this are fitting.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if Will Smith comes up and smacks him in the face.
No, he ain't doing that to Cube. He ain't doing that to Ice Cube.
I mean, he did. He wasn't. Are we there yet? He ain't that hard anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now there are also celebrity representatives for the teams. Are you familiar with this year?
Yeah.
The Miz is for the Cleveland Browns. I'm a big Miz guy.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know who ours would be. I would think Jones Drew.
Who's the missus?
Maurice.
The Miz and the Mrs.
Yeah, it's Maurice. Is her name?
Oh.
Or was that was a punchline that I missed because there's actually Ms. and Mrs., which is a very successful TV show.
I'm writing this down. Quit making Mrs. jokes. It's already been done.
Literally on USA Network. It's like a deal.
I feel like David Carr needs like a cigarette in his mouth or something. It's just mafia all over him. Look
it
at
really
that.
Is.
Okay. So Corey Dickerson has hit a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the first. Cardinals out of. Oh, that's not what we're doing. That's not the. Okay.
What is he doing?
Just
Van. I mean,
those are extra. Why does he need those extra buttons on his head? Look at that
Does he have a
beautiful.
mullet?
Look at that beautiful mullet haircut.
That was man.
The exact same haircut as me, who I just got so much crap for yesterday on air.
Nah.
We got the same stylist because I also dress like a mafia don.
He's wearing a 2008 Barack Obama tan suit that caught a lot of heat in the press, but I think he's pulling it off. I think it's working really well.
He's pulling it off. He's pulling it off. All right. All right, I'm nervous, boys. Here we go.
All right, officially
9:45.
What do we got? 15 seconds in.
Okay. So obviously you're wearing your Jaguars jersey, but you wearing like Jaguar print like undergarments? Like what's your energy through
Nah,
this? Like, okay.
just the watch case and the watch cover. I won't go that far. Now, if we get Jameson Williams, I might streak through here.
Okay, that's very visual. We're on the live stream, so that will be good. I'm pulling, I think, for Aiden Hutchinson here.
Oh.
I want to see the reaction.
Because you just want to play heel.
Exactly.
Vernon, see him go insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to take all.
Now
10
I
minutes.
just got a bad feeling. See what you do there?
You just sitting there on the phone, and you're like, maybe someone will give up the farm for this pick, and they're just going to sit there. Sit there and sit there.
I'm not banking on that. Like I told you, this is one draft that there's not, like you said, there's not a for sure number one. In years past, where you're like, okay, that guy's going number one, whatever position it is, that's where.
Would you, and hear me out, Jacksonville, it's the number one pick. I'm not saying it's not. The number one pick to me, plus the first round, the number one in the second round, maybe, that will get you like a Tyreek Hill or a Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why weren't those efforts made by Jacksonville?
They're both second rounders, weren't they? I know Devontae was a second rounder.
That's what I'm saying.
Was. Yeah, I mean, but like I said, there's not a for sure number one this year. I just don't see teams moving up to go grab anybody, where they're like, hey, they could be dumb and do what Mike Ditka did. Do you remember that with the Saints years ago?
He had to get Ricky Williams?
He gave up all 12 of their picks to get Ricky Williams.
I mean, to be fair.
I mean,
he was Ricky Williams.
It wasn't unheard of at that time, but talk about just. Oh.
Okay, we're going to commercial on the broadcast. So let's do this, Michael. Let's try to sneak away because I want to get Vernon's reaction on air, but I know we got to catch a commercial break. So if we have to come back real fast, we might. because I don't want to screw up this radio moment. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Well, traffic right now looking much better here in the metro. I-40 moving up to speed in both directions. Still a little bit of a slowdown both directions of I-25. Southbound I-25, Osuna to Montgomery, still moving a bit slow. In northbound on I-25, Gibson to MLK. Still seeing some congestion there. But your river crossings headed west, Paseo, Alameda, and Montano, they all look good. And north of the city, between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, I-25 moving well in both directions there.
Gas prices suck, and if you've got a gas guzzler, now's the time to fight the suck. Get into Malloy Los Lunas and pick up one of our 30 vehicles rated over 30 miles per gallon. Plus, we want to give you a $1,000 gas card. No purchase necessary. Visit MalloyLosLunas.com. See dealer for details.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. 96.3 News Radio.
All right, I'll come to you there.
Telling it like it is.
You can't just bail on the draft and develop part of the game. And the Lakers, the last guy they developed was Kobe. I understood bringing LeBron here. But just because the Warriors brought in KD, it didn't mean they lost sort of their DNA on draft and develop.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it.
When he's going up to the podium, let me know. I'll come back to you when he's going up to the podium. When he's walking towards the podium, let me know and I'll pod you up.
O'Reilly! If your vehicle squeals or grinds when you slow down or just isn't stopping like it used to, you may need new brake rotors and pads. Now through May 24th at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore safe braking and save money now at O'Reilly Auto Parts or order online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The unforgettable Golf Classic is back thanks to RBC Wealth Management. You can enjoy a great day of golf while raising funds and awareness for the Alzheimer's Association. 18 holes at Tanawan Country Club, breakfast, lunch, cart rental, goodie bag, and more. Plus, you're going to be helping families in New Mexico facing Alzheimer's. It's a shotgun start on May 9th at 8 a.m. Reserve your foursome now, 266-4473. That's 266-4473.
You right now, you're up. You're up. I was putting you up.
Hard back to the program because the Jacksonville Jaguars pick is in, and we don't want to miss any of it. By the way, Susie Colbert got a little VIP section backstage, huh? She's looking the part.
I think those are the same couches from the Super Bowl. I'm not lying.
Oh, those are?
Those are the same couches.
Oh, that's super weird.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Because I remember thinking those look like they belong on the set of Star Trek. And those are the same ones. Okay, so they're showing the Jacksonville Jaguars draft room, which, by the way...
Oh, look at Tony out there.
That's nice. Little Tony Khan.
Tony Khan.
Friend of the show.
Got the VIP seat front and center.
I like that they're saying draft room instead of war room, though, boys, because current climate.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I do like that.
I like that a lot.
ESPN, good job.
And on that. Also, when you traditionally say the word blitz to me, I don't think football.
You add Krieg to the
There
end.
we go. That's where I'm at with that. All right, so Susie is smiling and nodding. Big drone shot of everyone taking it in. And the pick is in, Michael. It says it in the corner. They know who it is. What's your stomach like right now, Vernon?
In knots. If I hear Hutchinson, I'm going to lose it, guys.
All right. So there's rules against us broadcasting the audio over the air, but I'm going to turn it up just a littlest bit to where if we take one earphone off, we'll be able to hear it. So Vikings fan, by the way, Amarie Castillo there.
We need to keep an eye out for Amarie.
Oh, because if there's a camera, Amarie will find it. She has that skill set. Okay, so
the pick is in.
All right, big
Here
gigantic 3D for no reason graphic over a live shot. This is, hey, stop trying to make Google Glass a thing. It's not going to be a thing. All right, so Roger
Goodell's walking out right now.
he's doing the point thing like he's on a red carpet.
No one's pointing at you, Roger.
He's at a glass podium of transparency.
Unlike the CTE
There it is.
investigation.
Trayvon
Yeah,
Walker.
There it is. All right.
Yeah.
And a sigh of
Everybody.
relief.
Oh, what did I tell you? What did I tell you, fellas? But I was nervous.
That was your original pick. That was
That
your
was who
original.
I-
That's who you really, really thought.
Oh, man.
Jaguars insider Vernon Koonce with the correct pick.
Oh, man.
And a sigh
I was
of
nervous.
relief from Vernon in the John Lopez
thought I heard
Real Estate
Aiden.
Kohler Bank of Legacy studio.
I thought I heard Aiden Hutchinson for a second, and I was gonna lose it.
Also, congratulations to Amarie Castillo, who I understand put a little bit
some
of
money
coin
on it.
on that one. So there we go for our girl. The Lions are now on the clock, and we can take the rest of the draft off.
So it is shorter. See, it's 7 minutes, I think, after the first pick.
I think they started it, or they started when the pick was in.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So,
Okay. that
so
makes
there you
sense.
go. So Trayvon Walker, he gone. He
He
is
gone.
now a Jacksonville Jaguar.
6'5", 272.
Line him up on the other
defensive
side
end
of Josh
Georgia.
Allen. He's good. We'll be
Okay.
good.
Can he catch
Smart.
the ball?
Smart pick. Easy
He's
pick.
actually pretty good at dropping into coverage. So, which is another reason why I didn't want Hutchinson, because he can't do that.
So a lot of these colleges are running, the UNM runs it, a little hybrid like 3-3-5 thing where
Mhm.
like are you a lineman? Are you a linebacker? Are you also defensive tackle sometimes? But showing his sizzle reel right here on ESPN, I mean, look in the park.
He's a dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get it? Oh, you guys missed that. Come on.
And what are the odds of Detroit?
Georgia.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, I
Boom,
get
boom.
It.
What are the odds of Detroit not picking Hutchinson?
Oh, I think that Detroit fan that they showed earlier booing Roger Goodell, if they don't go with Hutchinson right now, he might lose it.
The pick is currently in for the Lions, and we'll bring that to you, and we have it. So we saw your boy Trayvon Walker. By the way, congratulations to Trayvon.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's big for the family.
So
for
we
him and
saw
his family.
we saw him with his family in his draft den, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's in your boys' posse? Like if you know you're about to get drafted, who are you making sure is there with you?
That's tough.
I would have like my homies at another location, and I would just have like a joke amount of people. Like I'd have like Sarah Silverman there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the guy who does the Scooby-Doo voice.
Like when you invite celebrities to your wedding, because you know they'll just send a gift.
Papa John of Papa
smart.
John's Pizza.
He's not in the mix anymore. He's
He will be after I get my first pick.
replaced him with Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You could do like a Zach Morris style thing where you have two simultaneous draft parties and you have to go back and forth from one to the other, but not allowing the other party to know that it exists, even though it'd be perfectly fine if you intermingled them.
There
Like
you go.
Freaky Friday kind of moment thing.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I think
There you
that'd be
go.
pretty excellent. How long has Mel Kiper been in this game?
Since football started.
That's
1890.
Yeah.
So the Lions pick is in, and I guess they're about to go to it. But it looks to me like NFL team is bringing like official NFL cheerleader, like what,
to hang with them
into the stand. That seems. I'm not trying to be the guy that's like, I've seen NFL fan. NFL fan is creepy.
Sure.
I don't think I want them near.
Did they not learn from Dan Snyder? Not.
I was gonna say Washington Generals. I mean,
Vital, the team you root for plays the Lions twice a year. Who's the team, Michael, or who's the player you'd like to see your Packers beat up on?
Aiden Hutchinson, please.
You knew he was going to Hutchinson.
If they
here's the pick,
they're going to riot in Detroit. They don't pick Hutchinson.
All right,
There
so
it is.
there he went. So your boy went number 2. By the way, his sister, mom, or girlfriend, very pretty.
Or all of them.
Oh my gosh. Is he married to the Dixie Chicks?
oh man,
Black on black on black.
Congratulations.
I'm about this. I'm
That's-
about
that's
Aiden
strong
Hutchinson.
work. It's very strong work.
That's strong. He got a little swag, but
Oh, you like him now? That he in
No.
your squad?
Now that
oh yeah, definitely
Best to him.
swag. Look at that.
Also, there is like 30 other guys exhaling right now that they don't have to be in Detroit.
Yeah,
That is
Yeah.
very true,
Woof.
including
Hey, sucks that we didn't go number 2, but good thing we're not in Detroit. the Houston Texans are on the clock, and hey, they need more goodwill than like any team, right?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I have somebody that I don't want to see them get.
Give it to me.
Stingley, the corner from LSU.
He pretty good.
He's really good, and we have to play him twice a year.
That was Tracy Sandler's surprise pick today.
Yeah.
Stingley Jr. was going to the Texans.
She did call that.
I'm calling it. I don't want to see it, but they need so much, honestly, though, that you can't argue where they go here.
After all the bad publicity that Deshaun Watson got, they gotta draft Tim Tebow right here. Like that's the only
You get to be eligible again.
That's the only way you could spin it.
Yeah. Look at him. He's excited. I'd love to see that though.
If you had
stay home.
All right. If you had to give one word as a reaction to your Jaguars pick, what would it be?
Growth.
Yeah. That's not so bad. I like
Smart.
that a lot.
All right.
If you're a Detroit fan, I think it's just depression.
Look, having knowledgeable, reasonable football fans on the show is no fun. He didn't overreact. He had great commentary. He provided knowledge and wisdom. He knew all the players that were in position to be the pick, never overreacted.
This Hutchinson cat had to
Like,
fly.
ugh.
Had to fly up. He had to fly
called it.
all the way across the country to get drafted by a team that he lives like 45 minutes from.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Well, you got to wear that suit out somewhere.
He took
That
his
was
time
soft.
on stage too.
That was soft.
Yeah.
The way he jumped up.
So whenever he goes up and gets his jersey, which by the way, it's nice that they do that. You get the number 1 jersey.
It is cool.
Took an extra second on the stage though, didn't he? A little bit of a hot shot up there. Didn't seem like he was rushing himself off and all. It's like,
He
we got a
sure
process here, guy.
Yep. We got the Texans on the clock.
Yeah, like make way. Like we're talking about Texas.
Yeah.
And like as far as players you're going to draft, I'm not saying I don't want to draft guys from Texas, but I think if you're in Texas, you can. Otherwise, I feel like Texas is like all athletes from Texas, they're just a little too spoiled. Like by the time they get to that next level, I don't need that. I don't need that energy. I need a guy who wants to work hard, has never really had an opportunity. I don't need a private jet in high school.
I'll buy that.
You talking Odessa Permian over there?
I am. Let's get a whole.
You need a little Rose Grove from concrete action.
Yeah.
Like someone who's not going to take it for granted, who hasn't been spoiled for years and years and years.
The guy we don't take for granted is Ned James, and we're going to call him right now and come back and talk about because he is an NFL coach for many, many years, be able to give us an insight on how players are ranked and what you're looking for in the draft room. 2 Men On live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're powered by New Mexico Opinion Coffee. We play on Team I-9, and we started our days at the YMCA of Central New Mexico. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
The Jim Rome Show.
Name a better collection of weapons than what Carr has at his disposal. Oh, wait. Still waiting. No joke. This guy's got more dudes than Patrick Mahomes does now. Funny how fast that changed. And for any of you Raider fans who think that you don't have the right guy under center, you are entitled to your opinion, no matter how wrong that opinion is.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FREE for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's promo code FREE. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FREE for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code FREE for a $5 bonus.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching a kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
If your vehicle squeals or grinds when you slow down or just isn't stopping like it used to, you may need new brake rotors and pads. Now through May 24th at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore safe braking and save money now at O'Reilly Auto Parts or order online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Did you know that over 90% of male enhancement pills are virtually the same thing that's repackaged, redone over and over again? Why settle for the same old product when you can get something completely different? Something that takes male enhancement into the 21st century. Something that really works. Men, you need to try Noxitrol, the explosive, all-natural male enhancement formula that will unlock your performance in the bedroom to a level you could only dream of. Try to imagine that little blue pill on steroids. Noxitrol is so powerful. That's why it took years for it to finally become available to the public without a prescription. So call now and take advantage of our special Noxitrol free bottle offer today. Oh yeah, we recommend that you use the Noxitrol dose as directed. Think of your partner. We certainly don't want you to overperform in the bedroom.
Call now and find out how to get a free bottle of Noxitril while supplies last. Call 1-800-231-8913. That's 800-231-8913. Free bottle for limited time. Call now. 800-231-8913. 800-231-8913.
Your apron's crisp, barbecue utensils polished, chicken properly spiced. It's grillin' season. So pick up the smoky, wood-fired flavor barbecue lovers crave. Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford Original Charcoal is ready in 15 minutes and provides consistent burn time for a great cook every time. So whether you're smoking meat, grilling vegetables, or firing up the portable, you want Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's.
Today's topic, friends and family savings.
Just in time for Mother's Day.
Speaking of, I got my mom the cutest pajamas for just $27.99. A trendy spring dress for under $25 and 65% off fine jewelry.
Ooh, she's one lucky lady.
So am I. Did I mention I got an extra 25% off? And because I'm a Kohl's Rewards member, an extra $20 off?
Count on Kohl's for more style and more savings.
Select style, 20 off $100 in-store only. 25% off ends May 1st. Some exclusions apply. See store.com for details.
Starting a garden. It's kind of like starting a family. You care for it, watch it grow, and if you get the right brand, like Bonnie Plants Harvest Select, you watch it grow a lot. You start to feel a real bond with your plant family. Just don't name them because they're going to be delicious. Get help donating your surplus to local food banks from the Home Depot and ampleharvest.org. It feels like spring at the Home Depot. How doers get more.
Standing by, here we go.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sport.
And you're
Back on the program. First overall draft pick. Well, that's old news now. We're on to number 4 already. The Jets are on the clock. Joining us on the Friend of the Show hotline, friend in real life, Ned James. Ned, how are you?
Hey, great, fellas. How you guys doing? You enjoying the draft?
Oh, we're laughing a lot, brother.
Good.
So we were reaching out because we wanted a little perspective. You've been in a lot of draft rooms. You've been a part of a lot of those processes. Talk about how guys are kind of identified. Talk about ranking systems, maybe a little bit of the inside that we're not necessarily familiar with as an outsider looking in.
Well, one of the things you have to understand is that this is big business first and foremost. And so you're investing a lot of money. You're giving a 24-year-old guy $30 to $40 million guaranteed, and you have no idea how that individual is going to turn out. You have no idea. I don't care if the kid was raised a choir boy or if the guy is a heathen. Either one, it's not going to matter because once you draft him, you own him. And a lot of guys have different ideas of how and why they will draft a particular player, and different organizations draft technically based on different standards. Some allow the head coach to make the decision. Some allow the GM and the president. Some, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, the owner is going to determine it. So it just, a lot of people don't realize that there are a lot of different factors involved in who gets chosen and why that person gets chosen. And there's a lot of different things that go into that decision. Now, the ranking, everybody ranks according to what their scouts or what their particular organization has determined to be what they see on the tape and what their coaches see. And then, you rank them by position, then you rank them based on who's the best player. And then you go based on what your needs are. A lot of times, a lot of people will decide based on their needs, and then, you kind of see how the board lines up, and then you go from there.
Ned, you mentioned standards, rankings, and needs. What about like the specific criteria when you're analyzing a player? What's upstairs, with their freak athletic ability and the kind of person they are. From team to team, how much does that vary?
Well, it all depends. I mean, some guys are big on how they played. Anquan Bolden was probably a Hall of Fame receiver, was the worst guy I've ever seen at the combine as far as his physical attributes. You got 6 Wonderlic test scores like Dan Marino, the 9 on the Wonderlic. Got guys that aren't real bright that wind up being great players. So you can go. I've seen scouts cheat on guys' Wonderlic test score. Like Steve McNair's Wonderlic test score was abysmal. Then he comes back and the next time he's a genius. I'm like, wait a minute now. The guy was a 9 on the Wonderlic. Then he comes back, he's a 30. Well, what's going on here? No. So, it just all depends. C.O. Picado was one of the legendary scouts, and sometimes guys, they look too much into, the AAU thing I call it. I call it track and field, where the guy can run fast, jump high. Cortez Kennedy was the defensive player of the year in the NFL, and he looked like he ate donuts and coffee every morning. He had no body, no structure whatsoever. So football players come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Leaders come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. And so you really have to be careful and just really know what you're looking for. And you just got to hope and wish sometimes, because you just never know.
Hey, I mean, I got a question for you. How much does upside play a part in that, in making the right pick?
Well, a lot of guys, and here's a funny story. A lot of veteran NFL coaches that coach position, like if you're a quarterback coach or an offensive line coach, you may not want a great player, because if that great player turns out to be a turd, it's not going to be his fault. It's going to be your fault. He's a bad player. So they want to have a guy that they can say, hey, I created this guy. I made this guy great. And it's just like you have superstar players, you have superstar coaches. Bill Belichick of the New England Cheaters, you have to realize that guy can really coach. And so he puts his dog in front of the television to pick their picks, because he doesn't really think, it's the player, it's him. And a lot of times it is, but you do have to have some talent. And, there's a way to evaluate certain players and skill sets and intellect and all those things. Mm-hmm. But coaches, rarely you could say, hey, this coach, he really knows how to pick players. He's a Hall of Fame offensive line coach. And I was telling Fred at the baseball game the other day, Howard Mudd's one of the legendary offensive line coaches in all of football. And when we made our first round draft pick of an offensive line, he walked out of the draft room because he was so angry at a low test score offensive lineman we had drafted. Oh, by the way, it was Walter Jones. He wound up being a 10-year All-Pro and a Hall of Famer, first ballot. But, so these guys, you think but you don't necessarily know all the time.
So, like, talking right now, we're sitting on the Giants pick, and by the way, off the board is Gardner, the cornerback. He's gone to the Jets. So we're sitting here at the 5th, and it's the Giants, and they got to go like Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is not going to have his 5th year picked up. He's going to end up being gone. So do the Giants even chance taking like an Evan Neal right here, in your opinion, Ned, to block for a quarterback that he's not going to have next year? Or is this where skill guys start to go?
It just depends on who's making the pick. Is the owner making the pick? Is the new head coach, Brian Daboll, making the pick? Is there a superstar GM, Gettleman? Is he making the pick? It just depends on who's making the pick. Some guys build for the future. Some guys say, hey, I need this right now in order for my offense to go. Or the owner says, hey, look, I don't want to spend that much money down the road. Let's take this position. So you just never know. And when you see the pick, a lot of times you can tell, like the Derek Stingley pick by the Houston Texans, the 3rd overall pick. Nobody expected that. Well, Stingley, I know Lovie Smith. I talked to Lovie Smith quite a bit. Lovie probably decided, hey, I want this corner. And so he trumps Cesario, who's a young GM, and the owner is too busy playing video games on the floor in his office. so he doesn't really, have any say on anything. So Lovey probably pushed him to draft Derek Stingley.
Ned, what's an absolute non-negotiable to you? What's that one attribute where you say we are not having anything to do with this guy?
Absolutely nothing. Can he play? Pac-Man Jones,
you
needed an FBI escort with him all the time. Now, Monday through Saturday, he was hell. But on Sunday, the guy was a natural leader, and the guy could flat out play. So it's not social services. The NFL is not, we're not there to make sure the health and welfare. That's why you pay PR directors. You got 3 or 4 PR guys. If you didn't have Pac-Man Jones, what would they do? They've got to be able to spin things to the media, because the guy's at the strip clubs, he's at the bars, he's fighting every week. But on Sundays, he can play. That's, your job is to make your team successful. And the guy was a good teammate. He was just bad in the streets. He wasn't going to the Brentwood Country Club. He was hanging out in Dodge City shooting dice. So, it just depends on what you're looking for as far as how you guys are going to win. And it was a tough decision for us to pick Pac-Man Jones, because you had a GM saying, there's no way we can give a sociopath $30 million. But on the other end, you have the coach saying, hey, you guys want to feed your families? Well, if we don't draft this guy, we don't have a corner or a punt returner, we're going to all be fired.
Mm-hmm. Jets number 4 overall pick, Cincinnati's cornerback Ahmad Gardner, went the wrong way out of the green room and got lost, and someone had to direct him the other way on stage. Is that an immediate red flag for you, Coach?
No, because he's going to be so rich, he'll have somebody drive him out of the green room.
Yeah. Coach, I think the Giants go O'Neal. I think they need some work on that offensive line. I think Brian Dabble is more of an offensive guy. I think he's gonna go Neal, or the kid from NC State.
An exceptional offensive coordinator. I think it'll be interesting to see how Josh Allen does without him. So we'll see. Maybe Daniels will be good with Brian Dable as the head coach now.
Yeah.
He might be a productive quarterback in New York.
Ned James joining us on the program. We're talking a little bit about draft rooms and the excitement around the draft. So Vernon, who's sitting with us today watching the draft line, he's the biggest Jaguars fan of all time, right? He's Jacksonville
my
ties.
sister is.
Them too then. So talking to your sister and talking to Vernon, Trayvon Walker, does he save a franchise right here? Is he that final piece that this Jaguars team needed to do it?
First of all, we need to stop with all the accolades to these guys that are getting drafted today, because of one thing. They're stinking rookies. You're rookies. You're coming into a man's world. You get ready to play a man's game. You're not going to show up there with these guys who've been paying mortgages, and all of a sudden, you're gonna rock their world. It's going to take you a little time to develop, son. And they're going to remind you of that when they make you carry their shoulder pads off the field, when you're buying their breakfast before the plane leaves, all those types of things. So you may think these guys are great. All these SEC guys talk all this, Alabama, all this. But I've cut Heisman Trophy winners, and I've cut a lot of guys from Alabama. So you can't just say these guys, just because they played and they're these great players in college, that they're going to step into that league and light it up. Some of them will. Some of them will have great seasons. Some of them will do well for a little while, but a lot of them won't.
Ned, do you have like a hidden gem in the draft? You see somebody that's ranked down, bottom of the first, middle of the second, and you're like, why isn't he ranked higher?
Tomorrow, the draft is really made tomorrow. This is where your scouts are paid. A lot of the teams that do well are the teams that are able to find those hidden gems, those guys who are, just guys who you think the guy who I really like, and not a lot of people like him, was the kid up at Colorado State, that tight end. I really thought he was an athletic guy. I watched him in the Senior Bowl a little bit. He moves around well. He's a basketball guy.
Trey McBride.
And I think he could be Trey McBride or something like that. I think his name is.
Yep.
And he's one of the guys I think could be sneaky good if he gets with the right coach and the right team.
Kayvon Thibodeau just went to the Giants at 5, so that's a lot of defensive ends to start this one out. When do the skill guys start going? Is there one and then there's a big rush, Ned?
No, it's just what teams feel that they need and how they have these guys ranked. You have your board. Pretty much who you want based on what your needs are, and based on what your coach is. And you're right now. If you're up and you're picking, it's based on what you think you need at that and the value you will get at that player, or you'll trade down. There's certain things that the head coach wants. There's certain things that the GM wants, and certain things that the owner wants. And so you guys try to rectify all those things within a conversation, and then you guys go and you decide on a pick. But a lot of times, the position is what is needed, and people know where they were hurting, whether it's offense or defense, and they generally try to pick at those positions that they feel that they need the most help.
Yeah, Coach. As far as how I asked you about upside and ceiling, I know that somewhat gets played into the equation. But I like kind of to your point about, these guys are all rookies and they're stepping into a man's world, and whether it's work ethic, whether it's how practices are run. I'm changing from the college game. The speed of the game is a huge difference at the NFL. I think that's the biggest adjustment for any position, whether it's quarterback, offensive line, receiver, corner, the speed of the game. How big of an adjustment have you seen guys have to make going from that college game to that NFL game?
A lot of guys have the skills because they're really well coached, a lot of them in college. One of the differences are, and I go back to Rocky Kalmus, one of my favorite guys, who was a Butkus Award winner at Oklahoma. Great guy. And he had never left the state of Oklahoma his entire life. He played high school. He played college football. He was an All-American there. He was, everything, his family, his brothers, everybody. He comes down Interstate 40 to Tennessee to the Titans, only 2 states over. And the guy gets homesick. He's looking down the interstate during training camp like, oh, my God, I'm like, what are you talking? He says, I've never left the state of Oklahoma ever in my life. And you'd be amazed at the thing. Some guys can't handle wealth. Some guys, you'd be amazed. Some guys just want to, hey, I got enough money right now. I'm going to try not to get hurt. And that's it. I'm going to play 2-3 years and I'm out. So it's a weird business. You'd be amazed. And there's really talented guys. Coaching is important. Who your coach is, your relationship with your coach, your teammates, endearing yourself, being humble, having some form of humility. And it's a lot of things that are involved in it. So when you talk about upside, people are always predicting and saying, hey, this guy's eventually, he's going to come around. He's a good guy. He may want to play golf the rest of his life. He may not want to play football anymore. So that's why the Pac-Man Joneses get drafted. And the guys, we had another guy, Wolfolk, he always had a golf magazine in his locker. So he $25 million was enough for him, and he was just going to do enough just to get by, and he was going to go play golf the rest of his life.
Last question before we cut you loose, Coach. The day after the draft for these kids, what is that day? What is the biggest change? What is the next step?
Everybody asking for a loan because they think you're rich.
Yeah.
Even when you're coaching and you're broke like me, my friends and my family members thought I was making a ton of money, and I was the poorest guy on the block. But no, the day after, the guys, they just realize they're just happy to be in the NFL. It doesn't matter what team you're on. Everybody, it's just a joy for their entire family. I just really enjoy seeing the guys, the smiles on their faces. They're happy to be there. Every last one of them are really, really excited about the future. And sometimes it doesn't work out, but it's not for trying. A lot of the guys, they really try. Some of them can't overcome a lot of different things. You get an injury, the season's a lot longer. In November, they're all looking for Thanksgiving break and where they're going, home for Christmas. And it's just half the season, gone through. So it's just a transition. It's tough for a lot of guys, but a lot of guys eventually adapt. And it's just a fun time. It's good to see the old and the new come together. And, it's a business. So, there's tough decisions that are going to be made.
One of the boys, Ned James, thank you so very much.
Hey, thank you guys for having me, and great show.
Thanks, Ned. Good dude. Well, we'll take one last stoppage, and I think we'll get in 2 more picks, boys. Speaking of 2, Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
DQ presents, picture this. You stand before the new signature stack burger menu at DQ. 5 cheeseburgers with 100% real seasoned beef, like the loaded A1 stack burger. And your mouth wonders, where have you been all my life? DQ, Happy tastes good.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen.
This is Andrew Perlop with a CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous with Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's fitting that the NFL Draft is right here in Las Vegas, because even the top few picks are a big gamble. You might think that left tackles like Ike Ekwonu or Evan Neal are safe, but the first round is littered with offensive linemen busts and pass rushers who never get to the quarterback. You'll hear nothing but positives about all these players tonight, but the real test comes in the fall. I'm Andrew Perlop.
What makes mulch so lovable? The texture? The smell? Well, it's not just people that love mulch. Your plants do too. Retaining moisture and regulating soil temps. It's the whole package. Guess the real question is, what's not to love? Stop in today for a special buy of Scott's Earth Grow and exclusive Bigero wood mulches, 5 for $10. It feels like spring savings at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Whoa. Greg's up.
He's never up this early.
Hey, guys. Okay, so this is called the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell.
Oh, thanks. I can read. And that's a coffee. Helps you open your eyes.
And that's a breakfast burrito. You can start from either end.
You guys always this condescending in the morning?
Pretty much.
Wake up with the new $5 Bell Breakfast Box, filled with a grande toasted breakfast burrito, hash brown, 2 Cinnabon Delights, and a coffee. At limited participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness, modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
O'Reilly. If your vehicle squeals or grinds when you slow down or just isn't stopping like it used to, you may need new brake rotors and pads. Now through May 24th at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore safe braking and save money now at O'Reilly Auto Parts or order online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's plan on having concessions over there.
Mike is remodeling the old family drive-in movie theater.
Go find Gavin. Tell him the sound team is here.
He'll need a new front-of-house cast and behind-the-scenes crew.
Hey, can we talk staffing real quick? I'm thinking at least 6 per shift.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Straight Talk Wireless now has the new iPhone 13 with cinematic mode, which lets you focus on what matters. And with Straight Talk, you can focus on getting the best deal. Our Silver Unlimited plan is just $45 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. And it runs on the largest, most dependable networks, now with nationwide 5G. With the iPhone 13 on Straight Talk, you can share whatever you want, wherever you want. Straight Talk Wireless. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1.
Identity, you have none. What's your personnel look like?
95.9 FM and AM.
And back to Europe.
Sports Animal.
All right, what's this cat's name?
Ikem Ukwanwu.
Ikem Ukwanwu?
Okay, super close.
Ukwanu. I think.
Right. Well, he's a Panther. Hey, how lucky are you to get selected by Carolina in between the two giant picks? Like you just missed it. Woo, woo. Okay, boys.
All right, we're good.
We're good here.
Yeah.
Fred, how you holding up? A single wide receiver hasn't been drafted yet. You all right?
I'm like, all punchlines aside, no joke here. I really don't get it. It's the only position on the field that matters that's not quarterback. The second highest paid player on every team is a wide receiver now.
It's going to seem basic and cookie cutter, but if you don't have a good offensive line to protect your quarterback can't throw it to your wide receiver.
That is true.
Everyone starts in the shotgun now.
So cool.
But
They get
why?
a running
Okay,
start.
here we go. But why do they do that?
Because they need to get it out super fast to that wide receiver.
Because the offensive line is trash.
Yes, every team does it though. It's the whole thing. Peyton Manning made it sexy. He's like under center.
Omaha.
Yeah, I don't want to touch that guy.
Omaha.
He was sweet with Omaha. I don't even know what Omaha means.
It was a snap count cadence.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Check Monday. That means we're going on 2. Check Sunday, we're going on 1. Tuesday, 3.
I'm going to check your math on that, but
some teams change it up, obviously, but it's kind of like baseball as a catcher. 1 means fastball, 2 means curveball, but you can change it. If you know that somebody knows it, you can spin it backwards.
Hey, no one does that anymore either. It's all numbers now. Have you guys seen that?
There's a new device.
Have you seen that in baseball? That thing is crazy.
I love it.
It's cool.
I prefer like seeing grown men with their fingernails painted, on national television.
Your Molina style.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
I was just gonna say it.
But the technology is
Yellow.
pretty sweet too.
Fluorescent yellow.
That is super sweet. That's how big the NFL draft is. We didn't talk anything about this Yankees letter. We didn't talk anything about like my St. Louis Cardinals cleared everything.
And I was excited for that.
Just jumping
Nolan.
like bullpen walls. They were like, let's go. We didn't even talk about it.
Paul Goldschmidt was ready.
Oh, duh.
That dude was, and that's a scary dude.
Van Nunley, the Astros fan, will be talking with Forrest Stulting, the Yankees fan, tomorrow at Isotope Stadium.
Have to.
About that letter coming out. I mean, no doubt about that. You ready, Forrest? You hear me?
You see Giovanni Gallegos just jump over the bullpen wall?
Yeah, he cleared it.
He was like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Like
he didn't even think about going out the gate. Nothing.
No,
Clear the
on
wall.
delay.
Yep. Clear the way.
Insert
Clear the wall.
order joke here.
I said on delay.
Well, it could mean anything.
Okay. Giants pick is in, and
I feel like they got to go O-line now.
I tell you what, to me, this feels like if you're Giants, you got to play taps right here, because it's done. Your career is over. Saquon Barkley is garbage. Daniel Jones is garbage.
Hot garbage.
How's Amani Toomer doing? Is he still catching passes? Ike Hilliard still up there?
You know what?
Okay.
They should bring back Lawrence.
Yeah, Jeremy Shockey.
Bring back Lawrence. Just line some coke for him.
Coke up nice.
For him. He'll play.
That's 2 straight days with cocaine
What I
references
tell
on
you?
this show.
What I tell you? They had to go tackle at
smart.
that point.
Evan Neal, the tackle from Alabama, is now New York Giants, and our condolences to the Neal family.
Mm-hmm.
It is unfortunate that gone too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they get either Baker Mayfield or Colin Kaepernick, he'll be a lot happier than blocking for Daniel Jones.
Jimmy Garoppolo has to be a New York Giant. He has to go up there, take all the money, take it all.
Because the Giants are just as much Jersey as it is New York. And a Garoppolo in Jersey, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. That'd be the perfect fit.
Bunch of thank yous today. Tracy Sandler, who joined us, she was the best. Amarie Castillo, she was the best. Danny Gonzalez, he was the best. Ned James, he was also the best. The best of all, though. Vernon Koonce, thank you for taking the time today.
Hey, thanks, guys, for having me.
DJ Khaled.
I like that.
He the best.
Any final words, man?
Too much for the time allotted, my friend, but I tell you what, anything we didn't cover, make sure you check out on the opening drive tomorrow morning with Jeff, JJ, and Amarie.
From the live chat, Yankees suck. Good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow from the lab, Burke.